Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew, bad boy.
Jay the producer.
Detroit Drew, Woodward Sports. Yeah, yeah, Detroit Drew, Woodward Sports.
More sports.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, what's good, peeps? Happy draft lottery eve, man. How's everyone doing today? And I just want to say this before we get too carried away in the show. Tomorrow can change the Pistons. As long as we stay in the top three, this can change the Pistons. Adam Silver, take the stick out of your ass and help the Pistons out, for crying out loud, man. But we got a good show for you guys today, and we're gonna talk about draft lottery, and we're gonna talk playoffs. We're gonna talk the rookies for the Pistons. We got a packed show for you. Make sure you guys drop your questions throughout the show. We'll be answering them. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But let's introduce, I guess, the two-man wrecking crew. First up, I guess it's not Free Smoke Saturday, but it's Free Smoke Monday. 313 JMO, Heart of the City, man. How you doing today, buddy?
Man, what's good? What's good? It's definitely Free Smoke Monday, man. What's good, everybody? Make sure you guys like that video, man. We out here. We got a lot of things to talk about, man. It's a lot of things going on.
I can see the peeps are already interested in the show. We already got over 20 people, and we haven't even been on for 2 minutes yet. So it's going to be a good show, man. It's going to be a good show. Before we talk, lottery and the playoffs, let's get the good shit out the way first, because we didn't have a whole lot of good stuff happen to us to start the year out. But first up, Saddiq Bey, first rookie to get first team honors, I guess, for the all-rookie team out of the Pistons, as he was the best three-point shooting rookie. He broke a lot of records, not only for the Detroit Pistons, but in the NBA in general. JMO, what's your thoughts on Saddiq Bey making the all-first rookie NBA squad?
Well, I'm just upset Stewie didn't make it. But with Saddiq Bey, I mean, the man. I mean, once they were talking about him passing Damian Lillard and Steph Curry. I just remember Damian Lillard rookie season. He was basically dropping 20 a game, and he was shooting the lights out. So, Saddiq Bey is a very special shooter, and he's only gonna get better though. And man, I just remember way back a few years ago when they had some of them fours in those first team, man. Saddiq Bey might end up being the best player in that first team, man. You never know, man. This dude can end up being a lethal scorer, man. And if we'll see, but I feel like the sky's the limit for this kid, man. I know he was just shooting well, and he has other things to work on, but that was just something that he could do, and he showed us he had the ability to just shoot the lights out consistently and have high scoring games and help us win games, man. He's a very good forward for us, so I'm happy for the kid, man, and he's only gonna get better. He's a very humble kid, but these Villanova kids are always building bread right, man. That's why I always love getting star players from Villanova, man. So shout out to Saddiq Bey, man. He's gonna continue to ball. I know he will.
I don't know about everyone else, but I have been feeling extremely cocky lately with this team. It's our squad. Nobody does it like Detroit, man. We got our own fashion, our own style. We don't back down from anybody, no matter if it's Blake Griffin, LeBron, Steph, Michael Jordan, Kobe. Rest in peace, man. I still miss you. But Saddiq Bey, man, this is going to be our guy. It's going to be our guy. He has the most potential on the team right now. I think you look at guys like Sekou, he's got uncharted potential. Killian, if he can develop his offensive game, he's going to have great potential. But I don't really remember the last time outside of the 90s and back that we drafted a rookie who was a stud day number one. Saddiq Bey had earned everything. Remind you, he was the first rookie to win Player of the Week, and since the 90s or something like that. It was something crazy like that. It was insane. And you didn't hear that about LaMelo, who won Rookie of the Year. You're not knocking LaMelo. You didn't hear that about Zion last year. You didn't hear that about Luka or Trae Young when they came to the league. It's something special the Pistons have here. And you've seen what the Pistons did in my other team, the Mavericks. After they lost to the Clippers, the Mavericks unfolded. They fired people. Luka was talking about how he didn't like someone in the front office. Rick Carlisle stepped down. And a lot of that was because on draft day, they passed on Saddiq Bey. When have you ever heard the Pistons draft a guy that other people wanted and that made their franchise fall apart? You haven't heard that ever. So this is a step in the right direction.
But you got to remember, though, we were talking about Sadiq Bey in the we were talking about him and Naismith. Of course, we didn't think that he would be this damn good. No. But we were like, yeah, so if we're talking forwards after these 3-point guards, we want Saddiq Bey or Naismith. So we were talking about this guy. So I would say at least we knew a little bit about him and the potential he could have as a 3-and-D guy, at least in his rookie year. And he just took that to the next level with it.
And it's not just 3-point shooting. It's how he got better. When he first came in the league, he was shooting low 20s inside the arc. It was terrible. It was a 3 or bust. But throughout the course of the season, man, he developed. He started attacking the rim. Was it pretty? No. But he got better. He got confident. He got to the free throw line because he's a great free throw shooter. And that's something you have to do in your development process, man. No matter if you're just going to be a 3-and-D guy for the rest of your career, tons of people make a living doing that. But he's not just going to be a 3-and-D guy. He's going to be a vocal part of the offense for years and years to come. So he earned first-team all-rookie. I know a lot of people outside Detroit were kind of pissed off about it, but they can suck it, bro.
I don't know.
You passed on
him. Who was pissed off about Sadiq Bey being first team?
Guess.
Who?
Guess. Just one team guess.
I couldn't think of it. There's no way you can hate on what Saddiq Bey did this year. It's undeniable. What are we talking about?
Knicks fans, bro.
Man, dog. Man, look, I'm not going to say nothing about the Knicks because Zoe could end up there. But right now, you know what? It's a family show. Knicks fans, all I got to say is stay salty, my friends. Stay salty, my friends. Y'all ain't won a championship since the 70s, bro. Don't nobody care about y'all, man. Come on, man. It's all the Knicks fans would hate on Saddiq Bey. Why are they hating? Like I said, it's undeniable what that man did this year. So
they're mad. Trae Young cooked them.
Hey man,
they're mad.
Trae Young definitely did. Hey y'all spit on this man and thought y'all wasn't about to get cooked. Come on, man. What's wrong with y'all? Jason Tate fans I hate them because Jason Tate shouldn't have been in there over Stewie. I don't care what nobody said. Stewart was the best center this year. I don't see no other centers in any of those teams. He the only center in the first or second team. The only one.
I'm pretty sure he led all rookies in rebounds and blocks and all the good stuff you look for in the center. But Pistons hate me, bro. I appreciate the $1.99. I do. But how you get us in the super chat and say we're gonna get the 6th spot tomorrow, bro? That's come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm telling you right now, man. We about to get I don't know. I think we might get the first pick. I don't know. I'm feeling real good, bro.
This year does feel different. We have hope.
We might end up with Cade, even if we don't want to. They gonna have to take Cade, man. If they'll take Cade, they'll be ridiculed for years to come.
Well, from one all rookie to
and
another.
let Jalen Green better.
Beef Stew made all second rookie team. I'm happy he made the list because I know a lot of people outside the Pistons probably didn't watch a whole lot of Beef Stew. I'm happy he got it, but at the same time, J-Mo, do you think he should have been on the first squad?
No, I definitely thought he should have been on the first squad, man. Jason Tate ain't better than Stewart, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Straight up. And I've watched Jason Tate play a lot, and I actually really like Jason Tate because the effort and his defensive tenacity is really great. But let me tell you something, man. Stewie is different, man. And then he started shooting threes, man. And you talking about a 25-year-old Jason Tate that's been playing professionally overseas for multiple seasons, and you compare him to a guy like Stewart who was 19 years old and just balling, who was going up against the toughest dudes in the league, and they tried to punk him, and then they end up getting punked by Stewie. Stewie ended up having them out of sorts. Come on, man. This man. To me, Stewart was battle tested. He was going against all the centers, and even if he did have a bad game here and there, he still showed up. He had what did he have, a 2020 game? Jason Tate had a 2020 game? Did he? Or am I I don't think he did. So, like, I just feel like, how was he not first team? Like I said, he was the best center, period. So, like, he's supposed to be first team just off of the way that the team need to be built. They had all them guards on there, I understand, but, like, he definitely should have been out there, man, over Jay Sean Tate, man.
No, I mean, you look at the guy that, went ahead of him and James Wiseman. I had high hopes for Wiseman, especially playing with Curry. I was like, man, this guy's going to have a field day. And he really, I don't want to say he played bad, but he didn't live up to the expectation, in my opinion. I know he got hurt, and the Warriors are kind of up and down. Curry was hurt, no Clay. But I'm not here for excuses. We had our best player, Blake Griffin, leave the team. He quit on us. Did that stop Beef Stew? Hell no. Beef Stew was coming off the bench for Mason Bumley, bro, and he still came in and outplayed him. Beef Stew probably should have been first team. No cap. Like, name me a center as a rookie that played better than Beef Stew. You can't. He led in all the big men categories for all the rookies. Plus, if you want to take statistics out of the game, which I know wins and that stuff matter for NBA awards and stuff, but look at who he went toe-to-toe with. He went toe-to-toe with a 2-time MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, who was about to go to the finals, and Giannis. Giannis had to pull his brother up to come talk to Beef Stew. Beef Stew didn't back down. Who else did Beef Stew go against? Oh, yeah, our former best player, Blake Griffin. He went after Montrezl Harrell, LeBron. He went after the best players and didn't back down. He didn't give a damn what the name on the back of your jersey said. He don't like you unless your jersey's red, white, and blue like the Pistons. Rookies don't come in with that mindset. He's a different animal. He's a different breed. He's only going to get better. So he probably should have been on the first squad. I'm just happy he made the second team. It's kind of funny. I think he's the first tandem of rookies to be the first and second team in Pistons history since Andre Drummond and Kyle Ziegler. Not elite company. Kyle Ziegler's, selling corn dogs at the carnival right now. So I'm not wishing that upon any of these guys, but they're going to be all right, man. They're going to be all right. Bravo, man. You there?
Yes, I'm there. So trying to reset the computer, so I'll be on audio for now.
Hey, no worries, man. Real quick, man, what's your thoughts on Saddiq Bey and Beef Stew making the all-rookie squads?
Hey, man, I'm really, very impressed the way that they perform and played this year. They really deserved it. So, especially a guy like Saddiq Bey and a really underrated player like Beef Stew. So, I've never really seen I believe this was maybe the first time we've seen it in a Pistons jersey, 2 rookies from the Pistons selection. Have we seen this before?
Yeah, we've seen it when Kyle Ziegler and Andre made it the same year. I'm pretty sure that was the last time.
Kyle Ziegler, oh my God, don't bring him up.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be the coldest, baddest dude on the planet type thing. I thought that boy was about to be giving me 18 a night. Pop. I thought that boy was Kevin Huter. I thought that boy was Luke Kennard. I thought that boy was Bogdanovich. He was a scrub, bro. Oh my gosh, how did he make first team? That boy had good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he made
Kyle
second
Ziegler,
team.
bro.
Did he make the
Oh my gosh,
Didn't we have a rookie of the year once?
Grant Hill, but him and Grant Hill and Jason Kidd split it.
No, not Grant Hill.
We haven't had a rookie win it since Grant Hill.
We had a rookie of the year once, Henry Allenson.
Oh my God, bravo!
Oh man,
Henry Ellison, man.
I keep whenever I remember his name, I keep getting completely killed deep inside that we drafted a guy like him, completely trash player. When you talk to him, he's completely unable to hold a conversation. When you see him, literally, I lived in Wisconsin for 3 years, and I was rooting for the Pistons when I was in Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin, completely like a boy, a little boy, basically.
I'm pretty sure I see people.
But that's one thing that look, man. Even though I might not agree with everything Troy Weaver does, that's one thing I can trust him to do. He ain't about to draft no scrub trash bum like Henry Ellison. Like, he gonna give me a Saban Lee, and he gonna give me Saddiq Bey and Stewart and Kelly. And then next year, I'm telling you, I don't think he's gonna draft too many players that can do something, even if they don't make the team. They'll be good somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes this is just about quality. And we haven't really had any good management that knows how to bring good basketball players in, even though that it's so simple. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, They don't know how to bring these players in, but I definitely know Weaver is gonna bring in some good players. That's what made me feel good about it because Henry Ellison is scrub, like I told you. Kyle Singler, don't get me started on Stanley and the rest of them. But man, like don't get me started. But
Well, for those of you guys who didn't watch the video last week, the Detroit Pistons hired a ton of assistant coaches. A couple of weeks ago, we hired John Beeline as the senior advisor to player development. And this week, we hired Jerome Allen from the Boston Celtics. Now, you'd be like, who the hell is Jerome Allen? For those of you guys who have not been keeping up with the news, I don't know how true it is. So don't hold me to this. I just report the news. I don't make it, bro. He has been accredited to developing Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart. Those are some pretty nice names. Marcus Smart's okay, but Brown and Tatum are all-stars, man. They're some of the best young players in the league. He now joins the Pistons staff, and it shows me the Pistons are going all in on development. However, there's been a lot of articles from mainly Pistons fans saying he could be a potential replacement for Dwayne Casey. So we'll do one step at a time. J-Mo, what are your thoughts? I know you don't like the Celtics, but that's neither here nor there. What's your thoughts about the Pistons bringing this guy in?
Well, now that you mentioned it, I hate the Celtics. Oh man, I hate the Celtics, but I do think Jason Tatum is like a future top 3 player in the league. So, Jaylen Brown, everyone knows how much I love him as a player. So, we'll see what this guy does. I want to see some results first before I go judging them either way. But the Pistons they're making a lot of moves and they're actually making the staff better because it's not like I was okay with the staff. I wasn't hating on it, but our players wasn't developing at certain rates, and then we're not playing our players anyway. So we'll see what happens, man. But I also don't think this guy could be like the new coach or anything. I'm not about to go that far. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Casey, man, I'm not about to go that far. But they just upgrading the staff, man. And we'll see. We'll see what actually happens, man, and who they develop.
Let's see. I'm gonna butcher this. Don't kill me, man.
Man, come on, man. Can Yabba Snowball, man? Stop playing with
this.
Look,
it doesn't matter if your name is Bob. I'll probably pronounce it Boob. That's just how bad I am. It has nothing to do with that. But I appreciate the $5. It's greatly appreciated. He said, CP3 equals Killian in 3 years. That floater, what do y'all think? If he can develop the floater and be more consistent with it, and if he could just shoot 35% from downtown, that's all he needs to do. Just enough where you have to guard him out there. If he can form the handles better, he's got a lot of work to do to CP3. CP3 is probably one of the most underrated point guards of all time. I don't want to put him in top 5.
Underrated, man. Why y'all keep saying that? All people do is talk about how great he is. What are you talking about?
That's not true.
The point guard, CP3, MVP, CP3. All I hear is CP3. Man, he not underrated. Everybody say he top 5, top 4 of all time already. What are you talking about? He's not underrated. Anyway, I've always said that Killian is in that, that Lonzo CP3 type of lane when it comes to just being a point guard that's just a real point guard. And young CP3 was a very good defender. And Killian, man, his defense is already elite in my opinion. So his floater is, man, it's natural, but he has to be able to do it with both hands purely. And he needs a mid-range jumper and he needs a lot of other skills as you were mentioning. But I just want to see him get better every season. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely has a special vision. And his floater, it's automatic. I mean, the game where he scored 20, he was just like, I can do this all day. He was like floater after floater after floater, jumper here, jumper there. It's like, okay, well, we need to see more of that. You know what I'm saying?
Bravo, what do you think about in 3 years? Again, this is kind of crazy to put Killian at CP3 level, but do you think in 3 years, if he develops that floater, he can be, maybe part of that conversation?
I don't think he's in the same comparison, man. He's too early, but I think he could be a decent little point guard like we have, like a Jason Kidd kind of player. I think he got a career to be like not a great like those players, but he's got a ceiling ahead of him to be like even like guy. What is a Miami Heat guy? Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic is really like it reminds me of kind of Killian Hayes a lot. I still like think he's kind of compared to him, and I think he's just. I know. Look, people say Killian is better, and I think he's definitely better on defense. But he's got a long way to go, and I think he's still young. So I don't want to put a ceiling on this kid game. So look at guys like look. What really kills me the most as a Piston, like I've been following the Pistons for a while. What kills the most is those Pistons trash fans, man. This is what kills the Pistons the most. I'll be honest with you guys. It's not the GM, it's not the owner, it's the Piston trash fans. They call these players really bad names. Like look at this. Like at Reggie Jackson. How many people called Reggie Jackson a trash player? They still up to this point call him a trash player. He's having out there bowling with the Clippers, and we're really like this is a different conversation. I know we're talking about different things, but I'm just saying those.
Boy, bravo about the dog bringing up Reggie Jackson, man. Look,
free smoke Monday, baby. Let it rip, Bravo. Let it rip, bro.
Your players, don't call them bad names. Don't call them trash. You know, whenever you see a player trash, you'll automatically show up in the end as a trash. Like Henry Allenson, I can definitely call him a trash. Stanley Johnson. How many years we gave up? How many years we gave?
You know, it's funny, man. Stanley Johnson.
We gave him 4 years, and he never really panned out at all. That's the time you want to call him a trash. Sekou hasn't even played a full season. He only played half a season, 2020, and half a season in 20, maybe under half a season. He hasn't played a full season yet, and people already call him a trash, and they want to trade him out. And the next thing you find out, the player getting traded to a different team, and they really start balling out, and we have nothing just to blame us. Like Reggie Jackson balled really the hell out in the playoff. I've never seen a Piston. Andre Drummond really didn't really play well, but Reggie Jackson played really nice. Why did the Piston fan keep calling him a trash? Just stick to your players, man. You know, don't really call the player bad unless they really ridiculously pan out in the end as a bad player.
Facts. Well, while you're all fired up, Bravo, let's get your take on Jerome Allen becoming the new assistant head coach of the Detroit Pistons, man. What's your thoughts on that?
I like Jerome. I think he's got a good resume with the Celtics, and I think Dwayne Casey needs a lot of help in assistant coaching. The guy who is sitting next to him, Sidney Lowe, I don't have a problem with Sidney Lowe maybe, but Sean Sweeney is not an assistant coach. He is a development coach. He's good at developing. He's good at making players better, but not as making game plan. We don't have, like you see all the players around, all the teams around the league, they have good assistant coach, and having a good assistant coach. The guy is Casey's turning out 60. How old is Casey? 65? Dude, whenever you turn 65, there's a risk of becoming Alzheimer's disease. Dude, the guy is not legit all the time. He has to have some degree of support when he get older. So having a guy like Jerome Allen, I think I like this guy. He come up with a nice organization in terms of the coaching. So I think he's got potential to be the future for our team coach if Casey goes. But you never know. I think Casey's a good right now coach because he's got a leadership and a lot of things happening for him in Detroit. But I still think Jerome Allen is a good, really assistant coach. And he'll be really a good help to Casey because Casey lacks a lot of in-game adjustment. And this guy is good at in-game adjustment. We saw the Celtics. He mentors under Brad Stevens. So he's definitely going to have a good, really plan when it comes to really making adjustments.
Brad Stevens, how the Celtics turn out.
Yeah, I think the Brad Stevens also eventually become the president of the Celtics.
No, I mean, he's not the coach anymore.
Yeah,
but he already is the president.
Yeah, he's the president. So the point is, I don't mind. I like Jerome Allen. I'm curious about with this guy Bano. There's another guy's name Bano, and there's another one from the Indiana Pacers. I don't like that guy. He's got multiple championship, multiple experiences. I mean, for multi-year experience, but I don't like him so much as an assistant coach. The Bano is a good one. He came from the other organization. I forgot from which other organization. You guys remember? You're mute.
Sorry, I forgot.
What was that?
Michigan weather's messing me up, man. It's like so cold right now to throw a hoodie on. But there's been so many coaches that we just hired in the week I can't keep track of it all. I don't know who's who outside Jerome Allen right now. I haven't had time to get caught up because I guess tomorrow's the draft lottery. In case you guys didn't know it, so stay tuned for all
let's
that.
stick with that. Yeah.
But I trust Troy Weaver because if we went back a year ago, it was Ed Stefanski and Dwayne Casey doing it all. Troy Weaver has a vision, and Jerome Allen's the big one. That's the one that caught my eye because they're trying to develop these players. And I don't know too much about the rest of the assistant coaches, but I have a feeling they're going to be a big, big part of developing the young guys. And if you think young guys, you're thinking the core four we just drafted last year, and that's not the case. You have to realize Frank Jackson, Josh Jackson, Sekou, all those guys are still young. They're part of the young core too that need to be developed further. So a lot of those guys are going to come in and work one-on-one with them. Then they're going to do 3-on-3s, and eventually, before we know it, Summer League will be here. And those guys are going to come in, take names, kick some ass, and have a fun time. I don't have a problem with any of the assistant coaches we brought in. I think they all have a purpose. And outside Dwayne Casey, I don't think they're going to have too much of a role, game time. A lot of their stuff's going to be practices, the off season, the summer league, and getting the guys in shape and getting them ready to play and get better. So I'm not really stressing about assistant coaches. You never hear like, oh man, I can't believe the Lakers got bounced out of the first round because of their assistant coach. Like, you're never going to hear anything like that. So I could really care less. I just want Sheed back. He was the best assistant coach we've ever had. And not because he was a tactician, an X and O's guy, because he had energy. He got people pumped. And people watched that squad just to watch Rasheed Wallace, his reactions on the sideline. So I'm not saying we got that guy, but I'm perfectly fine with all the coaches we brought in. Real quick, man, we got over 60 people watching right now. Make sure you guys come in and hit that like button. Show some love to the DSA, man. The links to the squad in the description. Tomorrow, I will be joining in Woodward as we'll be live.
As they will be live for the show, for the lottery, as he was going to say. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But what's good, everybody? Make sure you guys like the video. If you haven't already, you can see the best rookie fit. She said, no, Rasheed Wallace has been very critical of the Pistons. The best rookie fit is Jalen Green. I already done told y'all, man. Like, look, we get Jalen Green, it's over. Like, we get Cade Cunningham, he's going to elevate the team. Hell, we might make the playoffs. It's possible. The dude is that good. But I just think Jalen Green fit better, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. What do you think, Bravo?
Yeah, so there's a lot of good fits you can pick on this, but we don't want just a regular good fit. Let's be honest. We can pick James Bouknight, and he's gonna be an excellent fit on this team. You can pick a guy like what's his name? I forgot. Let's like Davion Mitchell. I think he's gonna be a good fit on this team. He's still gonna be like ball dominant. But the point is, you need not just a good fit. You need a good fit and the best player in his position available. The Pistons do not just need like a regular pick. We need really like a star pick in here. And I trust in Troy Weaver. I do believe we're gonna get lucky.
So we get the number one overall pick. We take Jalen.
I gotta go crazy.
No. But if we take Jalen Green, you trust in Troy Weaver?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, whatever.
Okay, that's all I'm saying, because I don't know. He might take Cade, but I just feel like there are two people I feel like is short stars, like Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham. Like, seriously. So for different reasons. So that's what I'm saying. You need to take either one. I just think Jalen Green just fits better if you're really trying to see what Killian has as a point guard. You bring Cade here, he's obviously gonna fit, and they'll shut a backcourt, but it's just gonna be a little bit different because now Cade is gonna be dominating the ball. Grant ain't gonna have the ball. Nobody's gonna have the ball anymore. So we got to see how that's supposed to work.
So somebody's saying, Keon, I love this kid's game, but he's not a good for us. Not a good fit because we got Diallo, who's a similar kind of athlete, and who can. I mean, Keon Johnson is not a shooter. He's just an athlete above the rim. You can compare him to Diallo. What are we doing with Diallo then? So we don't need a guy like Keon Johnson.
I think Diallo's gonna be on this team.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure Diallo's gonna be on this team.
Yeah, he's gonna be on.
Nah, like he's gonna be on this team next year. So, and I think that's good. That's gonna benefit us with his ability to like be athletic. I think he's not done getting better either. So he's definitely gonna be on the team. But,
Can you guys hear me?
yeah, man.
Well, I'm trying to get it loaded back up on my computer, but my Wi-Fi went out. I don't know why. Stupid Spectrum. Oh, hold on. I think I got it. I'm going to try to go from my laptop again. Hold on. One moment, though.
You can stay on the phone. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
All right, yeah. I said I don't want him. Want who? Who don't you want?
Yeah, he's talking about Keon. I know, of course, nobody.
Oh, Keon. Oh,
yeah. So.
I see some people saying Mobley is the best fit. Mobley is a unicorn, man.
He's a magic man.
Like he's like I can't not like Mobley. Y'all know how much I love Evan Mobley. I mean, like, man, he's just a very talented basketball player. Well, we don't really know what his ceiling is and how good he can be, and if he's a star talent yet. We have to really see it on the court. And like I've always said, centers they don't have the impact year one like some of the guards and wing players. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So
we need to get lucky first to get Mobley. We need to get lucky. That's tomorrow. That's the point. That's the point.
Man, I think we getting a top 3 pick.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get.
It's finally gonna happen, man. We was just bad enough. Yeah. Wasn't we like the bottom team in the East? If we were the bottom team in the East, we gonna get a top 3 pick. That's just how it worked, man.
You just tell me, why wouldn't the NBA give us the 2nd pick overall at least? Why?
Right, just give us 1, 2, or 3, man.
No. Why would they give us the 2nd?
I would draft Suggs too. Like if we got the number 1 pick, and Troy Weaver went up there with Ben Wallace and was like Jalen Suggs, y'all would be upset, but I don't know if I would be. I think he's that talented. I really do, but I would rather have Green or Kate Cunningham. I just think they that talented. He's just very underrated to some of y'all, but y'all gonna see next year.
Speaking of top 3, like you said, Big Ben is repping the Pistons on lottery night. That to me is huge. We haven't had a star that big. We're gonna go back to Kyle Zingler. He was a representative on that draft night. Luke Kennard, outside of that, was probably the biggest one. I don't know if Andre did it or not, but we've always had guys that like no one gave a shit about. No one cared about the draft lottery. Now we had the best defender, not in Pistons history, but I'm gonna go all NBA history and Big Ben Wallace, man. Number 3. Now, I've seen a lot of people said he wore 6 when he came back. Get out of here with that negativity, man. We cannot afford that right now. Do you guys think that this is setting the tone for some good luck? Bravo, I know you were probably the most skeptical going into this draft lottery. You were hurt last year. I remember it clear as day.
Yeah,
now that we got Big Ben back, do you think that this
Wallace?
Yeah, so here's what I think. I think this is going to happen. Tomorrow, the Pistons are going to get a top pick. I'm not going to say which one, top first one or top second. And the next thing you find out, Ben Wallace is going to say, I told y'all. My boy Sheet used to say, the ball don't lie. Everybody's going to be rocking down there.
That's probably the best answer we've ever given above the rim. I love that. J-Mo, man, what do you think about Ben Wallace coming back on draft lottery night to give the Pistons their top 3 pick?
Man, let me tell you, man. To me, it's a very good sign. He just got put in the Hall of Fame, and Ben he might be the most loved Piston of all time. If you're talking about if we was able to do a poll, I'm pretty sure it'd be interested to find out who they actually vote for. Like, we love Ben Wallace over here. We champion him in his greatness because he really was that great, and I think it's a very good sign for us, and it's a very good omen that he's gonna be presenting the pick. And I think it's gonna turn out well. We'll get a high pick. We just got to see what happens with it, man. Like, we really don't need what happened last year to happen again. We need this top pick. We cannot be sitting here at 6 or 7, super talking, because I'm gonna tell y'all, if we had 6 or 7, I don't even want to talk about the draft for a while.
Yeah, I like what you said, Devin. Big Ben's got Adam Silver held hostage right now, forcing the number 1 pick. You damn right, man. He better. Fear the fro, man. You don't want to see the ping pong ball come out at number 5 or 6 and Big Ben be there, man, because there'll be another Malice at the Palace. Only this time there'll be the Malice at wherever the hell they're going to be doing the draft lottery at. So I ain't sweating it, man. I trust Big Ben. I trust him to get the job done. Now, that being said, like I said before I got cut off, my Wi-Fi disconnected for a second. Tomorrow night, Woodward Sports, your boy Double D is going to be there. We have a lot of great guests coming on. A lot of people who are verified on social media will be coming in. A lot of beat writers, a lot of scouts. It's going to be a fun time. Make sure you guys come over, show some love. It's going to be a good time, like I said. We got 70 people in the building right now, though. Hit that like button right now, or tomorrow night the Pistons will fall to 6. If you don't like it, you ain't a Pistons fan. So that's all I got to say about that one. But now, it's the point in the show I have been waiting for. And I know J-Mo has been waiting for it. And I think today, some of the comments J-Mo was getting into on Twitter. It's NBA playoff talk, baby. We're going to start off with the hot one that I know J-Mo's ready for. And J-Mo, I'm going to let you have the floor here in a minute.
Oh, man.
Milwaukee Bucks, the 2-time MVP, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, beat Flake Griffin, James Floppin, and Kevin Durant, the Snake, in a 7-game series. Ball don't lie. I don't care if you're a Jokic fan, a Curry fan. Giannis has beat one of the best players in the league. And I know he's coming off an injury, but he almost had 50, and it wasn't enough. I know James Harden was playing on a pulled hamstring, but I'm not here for excuses. And I know Blake Griffin was dunking the ball left and right. I don't give a monkey's anus about Blake Griffin. He's in Cancun right now. He's probably banging Caitlyn Jenner. He likes the Jenner family. More power to him. But he's at home right now watching the playoffs. And you know who's not? Giannis, Trae Young, D Book, and Pandemic P. Paul George. I'm just going to leave it at that until I go. J-Bo, before I get too carried away, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, you know, we talked about some of these playoff series. You know, I was right about some. I was wrong about some. But when we brought up Brooklyn and the Bucks, man, y'all were like, oh, no, KD this, KD that, KD this, and KD that. And when he dropped a 40-point triple-double, y'all were like, KD this and KD that. And he dropped 48 points. Where was he in overtime? Where was y'all mans? But at the end of the day, I mean, I've been talking about Giannis and the Bucks a lot when it comes to him just being like, you know, one of the top players in the league. It's not like I'm a fan of the team or anything like that. It's just this guy's going to end up being the best player in the league. I see Devin99 saying KD the best player in the world. No, he's not right now. Right now, the best player in the world is up for grabs. I mean, he beat Brooklyn. He beat Brooklyn with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. Like, stop talking to me. Stop talking to me, bro. Like, I don't want to hear no Kyrie was hurt and James Harden was hurt. Man, you had Blake Griffin. You had Jeff Green hitting 7 3-pointers. Tell me which one of Giannis role players hit 7 3-pointers, bro, in that series, man. Come on, man. Like, you had all types of stuff happening. Look, the Nets, the team was so talented that Bud had to stop playing the bench, and he's like, I just got to play the starters because, like, Bobby Porter wasn't getting played. No, Forbes only gets 5 minutes because, like, it was just like I'm going against a super team with KD and these boys out there, even without Harden and Kyrie. Harden coming back just helped them more. Drew Holiday, man, putting on his best Eric Bledsoe impression until the end of the game when it mattered, so let's give him credit. But, I mean, Chris Middleton had, three very, very good games, and he definitely showed up game 6. We're going to give him credit for that. But, like, basically, he beat that team with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop talking to me. And people are so salty. I just don't understand. Why do y'all hate Giannis so much? Why do y'all hate, people just don't like Giannis? And I'm like, why not? He's a very good player. He's a humble guy. End of the day, and you know he works hard on everything. And it's just so funny to me. I was told Giannis didn't have no type of skill. Hey man, go watch that 40-point game he gave the Brooklyn Nets, man. shooting threes, hitting jumpers on people, hitting free throws. I mean, you saw what happened to KD at the end of the game. But to me, it's just funny, man, that y'all hate the Bucks so much, and I just don't understand why. You know what I'm saying?
I know why.
I don't understand why y'all hate on Giannis, man. The dude is a great talent in the league, and he's gonna be the best player in the world. I've been telling y'all that for the last 3 years, man. KD is right there though, but LeBron, I don't care if they got eliminated in the first round. He's still up there, man. You know what I'm saying? He said Giannis not running the ring with Middleton and Drew Holiday as a sidekick. They just beat Brooklyn. Yes, they are. They gonna look. I'm not gonna say they're gonna crush the Hawks. Hawks gonna give them a nice little good series, but they gonna beat the Hawks. They destroying. Sorry, if you love CP3, you gonna watch them get crushed by Giannis. They destroying them, and they destroying the unless Kawhi is back. And then it'll be a good series. But I still got the Bucks, man. Ain't nothing gonna stop the Bucks from getting to the chip this year, man. Ain't winning it. Because Giannis is elevated, Chris Middleton is elevated, and Drew Holiday is just good enough to make KD shoot an air ball. So they're not beating the Suns. Come on, man. What's CP3 gonna do against Drew Holiday once he get up on them? Nothing. He ain't gonna be able to do all that Magic Man stuff he be doing and the way he be fooling people. This is a different ball game. Aiden and the boys, dog. People gotta understand how good Kevin Durant and Brooklyn Nets are, man. Because Giannis averaged 32 and 13 in the series, but KD is so good that it makes the Bucks look beatable. You know what I'm saying? Because they were whooping the Bucks' ass and blowing them out, bro. These other teams, Philly, to me was the only other team that could really challenge the Bucks because they just had they had Embiid and stuff. But these other teams, they're not gonna be able to touch Milwaukee. Milwaukee are gonna crush these teams. Y'all saw what they did to Miami? These other teams are not going to be able to do. Brooklyn had so much firepower that it made the Bucks look human. They got defeated. Like I said, the Hawks might win a couple games. They definitely not going to lie down. That's a good team. But they're going to crush them, and then they going to win the championship. Y'all can stay salty, my friends, but it's all good, man. It's all good. And it's all good.
I'm gonna say this. So why fans don't like Giannis? Why they don't like the Bucks? For one, it's Milwaukee. Not too many people are gonna get behind that city, which is stupid. It makes zero sense. But option number two, and maybe it's the biggest one of them all, is they don't have to put up a bunch of threes to win. You look at KD, man. He can hit a shot from anywhere on the court. Harden can do it. Kyrie can do it, and Jeff Green was doing it. Plus Blake Griffin, he's a good three-point shooter. He developed that. Pretty much everyone on Brooklyn shot the ball pretty well, except for Joe Harris, which is kind of a letdown. That was kind of supposed to be their guy. But Milwaukee, they don't need to do that. They can, but Giannis is such a better player when he's aggressive, when he's posting up and down the blocks. Milwaukee had whatever they wanted down low, and there wasn't a damn thing Brooklyn could do about it. Didn't matter if KD was on them. It didn't matter if Blake was on them. It doesn't matter if they took Billy Bob, the popcorn guy, in the third row right now. They couldn't stop him when he was down low. Now, when he was selling for threes, that's what Brooklyn wanted. But at the end of the day, he realized, I just can't keep chucking up the shots. It's what hurt him. And he started attacking it, and they couldn't stop him. They couldn't stop him. And people don't like that. For those guys who didn't know, in the MVP years of Giannis, which I'm talking a couple of years ago, people think it's 10 years ago. It's the last 2 years. He was more efficient in the paint than one of the most dominant big men of all time, Shaq. And Shaq's my favorite player of all time. But he had better efficiencies down low in the paint. He's literally a guard who's 7 foot tall, can handle, and can dunk standing up. You can't stop that. And this is what people are afraid of. We went from the Warriors, who shot a ton of threes, to the Rockets, who shot a ton of threes, and then Brooklyn shooting a ton of threes. And the team that didn't shoot a whole lot of threes, like the San Antonio Spurs, they beat those guys. You look at Toronto, they didn't shoot a whole lot of threes. They shot them okay, but they won. And then you look at Milwaukee, they don't shoot a whole lot very well. They shoot them, but they don't need to every possession like these other teams. This is what the NBA is starting to come back to, is attacking the basket, spacing the floor. Because Milwaukee does have good shooters. They do have good shooters. Oh, no. It's not random. Look at the numbers, Ben. Look at the numbers.
I was about to say that.
He was more efficient than Shaq down low in the paint. And Shaq said so himself. This is not me spilling this. Dr. Shaquille O'Neal said it
People
himself.
don't want a big man like Giannis to be the best player in the league. You know, I just don't understand. I can see if he had one of them like personalities and just like, yo, I don't like people because Giannis because they overrate the fuck out of him. How can you overrate a back-to-back MVP, bro? He's supposed to be a champion. Like, and if he wins a championship, y'all gonna be salty because it's gonna be a great run. But like I said, people, do y'all know who the hell Kevin Durant is? I don't give a damn if Brooklyn was in. This is Kevin Durant we talking about. The man, like, you can't just beat this dude and it just be nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I know his foot was on the line, and we can talk about what happened in overtime, but, like, that's how good he was. And then you had a whole nother squad with you of veterans, man, against little old Chris Middleton and Giannis. It was just Chris Middleton and Giannis, bro. Literally. Middleton and Giannis, and they beat that team, man. That was the best team in the playoffs, the team that everyone thought was gonna win the championship. People didn't even after Kevin Durant 40-point triple-double, people thought they were gonna win this series without James Harden. So I don't want people to have revisionist history. But like I said, I'm not a Bucks fan or anything like that. I just don't know why people hate on Giannis like that. And I see a lot of people were talking about D-Book, but everyone knows I love D-Book. It's documented. I literally called D-Book the next Kobe, and Stephen A. stole my material because he said that on his show this morning. Stephen A. was like, Magic Johnson, D-Book is the next Kobe Bryant. I said this 3 years ago, documented on the show. I've been talking about D-Book and how much I support the guy. So, I mean, look, that's why I said they're going to beat the Clippers because I was like, it's D-Book versus Paul George. I'm like, I'm taking D-Book. But I like, y'all got to let me know why y'all hate on Giannis so much. The dude is, like, literally great.
Facts. Yeah, he's one of I don't know if I want to go top 3 yet, but he's a top 5 player in the league.
Nah, he's gonna be top 3. He win this chip, man.
But that's not even the highlight of the series. Let me show you the highlight of this series. Okay, this right here. This is the highlight of the series. Blake Griffin is in Cancun right now. Okay? I know a lot of you guys are like, hey, Blake didn't want to be here. I don't care. This man quit on your team. This man quit on the Detroit Pistons. He left to go join the title contention. Lord knows, what did I say he should go? I said Brooklyn or Milwaukee. And the only place he thought was Brooklyn. They had Kyrie, KD, Harden, DeAndre Jordan. After he signed there, who else did they sign? LaMarcus Aldridge, who unfortunately had to retire. But then they have former Detroit Piston Bruce Brown, who played a huge part for him in the playoffs. They have one of the top league's three-point shooters, Joe Harris, who went MIA. And then they have one of the most, I don't know if I want to say the best role player, but a top role player in the league, and Jeff Green. That's where Blake went. He left the Motor City, who was tanking. Cool, fine with that. He didn't tweet you guys, thank you. He didn't say, I'm going to miss Detroit. I loved my time here. I appreciate the young fellas. Game number 1 against the Detroit Pistons, he was trying to hurt people. He was flopping, elbowing, you name it. He stole over $60 million from this team. We paid him this year to go ring chase. Now we're paying him $30 million a year to go hang out with Caitlyn Jenner on a sandy beach, drinking some margaritas, having a good time. That's our money we're paying them. That's money we can't invest in free agents this year. That hurt us. It did. But guess what? He's not winning a ring this year. And guess what? Next year, he ain't winning a ring. Ain't happening. There's not a snowball's chance in hell Blake Griffin's winning a ring. There's not a snowball chance in hell Blake Griffin's making the Hall of Fame. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. Screw Blake Griffin. For as long as I'm doing YouTube, Blake Griffin slander will be tolerated. And you hear JMO every week saying Beef Stew slander, Sadiq Bey standard, Sekou slander, Killian slander will not be tolerated. As long as I'm hosting Above the Rim, as long as I'm on YouTube, no matter your race, your religious beliefs, your gender, Blake Griffin slander will be tolerated on Detroit Drew channel. Blake Griffin can suck it. Hope he has a fun time this offseason. Hopefully he doesn't need to have surgery again. But that's neither here nor there. Bravo, we've been ranting and raving for a minute. What's your takeaway from the Bucks Nets series finale as the Milwaukee Bucks won an overtime game in Game 7 to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I'm not really a fan of both teams, to be honest. I'm so neutral. I'm like a huge fan of the Atlanta Hawks this year. And this is my team. I'm rooting for because they're really, really living up to the hype they're up into right now. And I'd be honestly more interested in talking about the Hawks than the Bucks. I know the Bucks probably going to beat them, but the Hawks, it sounds more interesting. But the Bucks definitely, in terms of the Bucks versus Nets, yes, I think part of the reasons the Bucks won is the injuries to the Nets. But you got to give the Bucks credit. So the thing is, surprised me the most is two things with the Bucks. Is not Giannis. Actually, Giannis sucks so bad at the free throws. We got to give him really criticism for that. He needs to work on the free throws. But the things that works really interesting better this year for the Bucks is the coach. I'm gonna say it. The coach, Coach Bud he really worked his magic this year. He's always bad and making an adjustment, especially in games like that, and he managed to get it done. So he won the game he won the series against the Nets thanks to him. And the other thing is absolutely want to really credit is Chris Middleton. He was able to make shots, and against a team like the Nets, I think I didn't really expect Middleton to really make it because we see him last year. He choked against some other team. So these kind of things like Coach Bud and Middleton, they're known for choking big time. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Bud or Chris Middleton choke against the Hawks. Don't be surprised. Don't completely exclude it. Because I know them. If they don't choke against the Hawks, they might choke in the final. This is how I see them. I don't think the Coach Bud is the best coach. He might win a ring. I think he probably will this year because he's more really deserving this year at this point. But let's see what happens. I'm more interested in the Hawks, honestly.
Well, we got another $5 super chat from Kenyatta. Man, I appreciate it, man. It means the world to me that you guys support me like this. You guys have no idea, man. But his question is, who do you think deserves a ring the most? So you got the Bucks, you got the Hawks. Then in the West, you got the Clippers and the Suns. Bravo. Out of those four teams, who deserves the ring the most?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I hate to say it, but I think the Bucks deserve it because Giannis has been MVPs multiple year and a co-MVP. He's really building a nice team around him. And if I'm honest, the team that deserve it, not say deserve it in terms of the performance, but deserve it after multiple years is the Bucks because they've been close to the championship for a while, but they can't make it. So this year is their year, I think. If they don't make it this year, hey, don't make it. I'll make it clear. Coach Bud needs to go if he don't make it. If they don't win the finals,
I think he needs to go. Period.
yeah, exactly. So
even if they win the finals, I would get rid of him. He's just not the guy. If they win the finals, it's gonna be because Giannis, Middleton, and Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez just stepped up. But it's definitely the Bucks. Because Giannis decided not to leave, and they had to build a team around them, and it's been organic. And definitely, I know people love CB3 and Devin Booker, but I'll probably put them number 2. I'll put the Hawk, and then I'll put the Clippers last because don't nobody like them. They don't deserve it at all.
No,
but it's definitely the Bucks, man.
No, but
as
I'm-
a player, if you talking about as a player, then it's still Giannis. Still.
yeah.
He wants to specify as a player, though. I'm sorry, I misinterpreted that. My bad.
As a
Still,
player,
I'm
player,
still
who
going
deserves
with
the ring
Giannis,
now?
man.
It's still gonna be honest because it's good if the Bucks
The amount
really-
of criticism about Giannis, he like Devin ain't not saying crazy thing. He doesn't have skill. He doesn't. Did you watch the game 7 when he was hitting jumpers and hitting threes? and hitting people with drop steps and hitting people with between the leg jumpers in the face to Blake Griffin. Like, I'm just saying, but they ignore all of that. They say these delusional things. He doesn't have skill. He just runs and jumps, and they just hate on him. I just don't understand it. The man is a phenomenal basketball player. His free throw trash, but in the game that mattered, he made his damn free throws. That's what matters most. But definitely, just because of the unwaning criticism, people love CP3 whether he win a ring or not. They're gonna love him. But if Giannis don't win a ring, people will always hate on him.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And it's just definitely the truth about that. Even Paul George, I have love, just because he took them to their first Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? If they don't win a ring, but Giannis is the one that people just hate on and want to attack. It's just crazy to me. The man just keeps putting in work. Y'all just keep hating on him. It's funny.
It's good for the NBA if the Bucks win, I think.
Yes.
It's just like the guy has been working his guts off all year. He's doing his best to be the best player in the world, and he became the MVP. So why not? Why not giving it to the Bucks? I mean, I hope they make it, but I hate to say it. I don't like Wisconsin. I just don't like him. They're our enemies, man. I hate them. I lived in there. I don't want to say it. So if you ask me if you want which team, I like to get with the Hawks. They're a brand new team, and they look at them. They surrounded the Trae Young with nice.
Yeah, but
players.
I hate Trae Young. I can't stand him.
Oh no!
Bro. If you want to,
love Trae Young, bro.
Man, if Trae Young won the championship, I'm not gonna lie. I would be salty. I'd be like, dang.
For your information,
I'm not a fan of Trae Young at all.
For your information,
he's a great player though.
For your information,
I'm just not a fan.
When the Bucks played the Pistons and when the Hawks played the Pistons, Trae Young gave Killian Hayes, Saddiq Bey, Sekou Doumbouya a lot of support, and he stood with them. And they got a picture together, as far as I know, after the game. In contrary to this bitch ass Giannis, he completely like an idiot. I hate to say it. He completely like chicken himself, like leg up and beef stew instead of for him and his brother. Come on, man. You can't just be loving a guy who's from the Milwaukee, from the Wisconsin team. I hate Wisconsin, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, look, I can't blame you for hating Wisconsin because I'm not a fan of Wisconsin at all. When it comes to the Wisconsin, the school, or the freaking Packers. So I understand your sentiments, man, but like I can't root for Trae Young, bro. If anything, I'll move over to Phoenix just because I like Devin Booker and he's from Michigan. I can't root for Trae Young at all. I just can't. I wasn't rooting against him during Philly. I wasn't rooting for anyone in that series because I like Ben Simmons just as worse as Trae Young. So I wasn't rooting for nobody, but he's proven himself out there though.
Ben Simmons is
and CP3 has not won everywhere he's been. He's lost everywhere he's been. That's why y'all want him to win so bad.
Ben Simmons is about to be.
At the end of the day, they didn't win. Or y'all wouldn't be talking about him.
Ben Simmons is about to be traded for a bag of Skittles.
Man, Ben Simmons is a bum. He's a scrub. I made the video 3 years ago, Lonzo Ball versus Ben Simmons, and I literally told you I'm taking Lonzo because he can shoot the damn ball. And guess what? He can still shoot it way better now. And he can shoot free throws. Ben Simmons is a scrub offensively. He's a guy who don't have no offensive skill at all.
Zero.
He's
I
a
don't know
guy
why.
that don't have no offensive skill. And he's a very elite defender, top 4 defender in the league. I'll give him that. We're not going to act like he's not that. But in the playoffs, that's not going to matter, man. It's not going to matter, man. He's a very great passer. But that's not enough.
It's Killian. It's Killian. Killian
is a better offensive player than Ben Simmons, in my opinion.
I know.
He can shoot free throws. He can shoot. I don't care, man. If Killian's shooting 10 of them and making 1, he can hit a 3-pointer and he will take shots. He can make free throws. Killian ain't getting fouled. He can make free throws.
J-Mo, let's bring this full circle real quick. People want to say Giannis is not a skillful player. He's what, 6'10", 7 foot tall, somewhere around that ballpark. How tall is Ben Simmons?
6'10".
6'10". Why did this man have 4 points in a game 7? If that was Giannis, they would have nailed him to the cross and crucified him. Don't talk to me about not being skilled because he's 7 foot tall. Ben Simmons is just as tall, playing the point guard, and has no bag whatsoever. Teams literally stand at the free throw line, double teaming Embiid because Ben Simmons can't do a damn thing. This man's a certified bum. Bum. B-U-M-M-M. 3 M's.
And how dare y'all? Here go Benjamin Fold trolling, talking about Lonzo about to be in China when Zoe about to get paid in free agency. Come on, man. Ben Simmons the one that's about to be in China, bro, because he don't even want to shoot the basketball. But and don't look, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Don't ever disrespect Jeremy Grant. Don't you ever disrespect Jeremy Grant by saying trading him for Ben Simmons. I'm sorry, no. And I'm gonna tell you why. Jeremy Grant has already showed in the playoffs what caliber of player he is. And that regular season stuff is cute. The all-star teams and all that stuff is cute. People still talk about Zach LaVine not being in the playoffs, even though I know he's a monster. All that's fun and games, but when it gets to the playoffs, we've seen what Jeremy Grant is capable of. He's capable of being a second, third option type guy that can play defense, give you 17, 16 a game. Ben Simmons is capable of doing exactly what he just did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not moving a young Simmons that doesn't know how to fit in the playoffs yet for a 27-year-old Jeremy Grant who might have another year to get better regardless. His big ass contract for Jeremy Grant, it just don't make no sense. You know, so I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. I say Grant over Ben Simmons. Like I told y'all, B.I. over Ben Simmons. I've been told y'all that. Grant over Ben Simmons. Lonzo over Ben Simmons. I've been telling y'all this for years, and now y'all all see it, bro. Boy don't have no offensive game at all, and he's been like this for 4 years. Didn't get better, actually regressed. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Let me ask you this real quick, who did I say would have a big playoff, run for the
Sixers? They throw it. Oh, he said if they throw in Seth Curry. Look, I don't want Ben, but Seth Curry is a bad brother now, man. That boy gonna get paid.
Who did I say would have a big playoff run for the Sixers, Damo?
I don't know, what, Embiid or something?
Mm-mm.
What,
Rookie.
Tobias?
Rookie.
Who, Maxey?
Maxey. Who was closing out the games because Simmons couldn't hit a shot?
Maxey.
A rookie? And you guys thought I was crazy. But you guys don't realize I had 20/20 vision. I could tell you day one when I first watched Simmons play, I was like, all right, he can defend, he can facilitate. This man can't score. And in a playoff series, for one, you have to defend, so Simmons has got that. But you have to produce buckets. And if he's going to be an all-star and a superstar and a leader for the Sixers, you either have to have 10 assists or more and have a couple of steals and lock somebody down. But this man wasn't even slowing down Trae Young. He had a block on him, but Trae Young pulled up. He blocked him. I'll give him that. But Trae Young was cooking him all 7 games. And if you're not going to score, you have to be that elite defender. We talked about Big Ben earlier. He was not an offensive player, but he shut people down. For those of you guys who don't know, he rejected Shaq and threw Shaq down to the ground with one hand, do I mind you. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, 1-time NBA champion. That is a historically great defensive player. Simmons ain't that guy. He's not. And for him to be on the bench when a rookie is taking the final shots because Embiid's getting doubled and triple teamed, that's a problem. And I thought the Sixers had a good squad, man.
You got Shake Milton out here taking shots and stuff.
Seth Curry, Tobias Harris, those are perfect players to line up next to Embiid. They complement him so well. And Seth was popping off. He looked like Steph. But when your star point guard has 4 points in the game 7, you ain't going to win. Unless he slow down Trae to like 10 or 15. Hell, 20. And he couldn't get the job done. Again, maybe it's the gender family. I don't know. But this guy's a bum. For one, shave the neck beard.
I mean, look, man.
Blow it out. That's a problem.
He's a bum offensively. He ain't a complete bum. Not yet.
But my point is, if you're going to be a star player.
No, he's not. But that's the thing with Ben Simmons. Like, the one thing that they may try to convince you about Lonzo and Ben Simmons, they both for their rookie seasons, you saw 2 players that were trash offensively. But they were like, well, Ben is great, you know, even though he doesn't have any offense. But Lonzo sucks because of it. And then you watched the media attack one player and big up one guy when in reality, when you look at it, one guy completely improves every year because he cares about his game, and the other wants to be some superstar or wants to be some star, but he was never supposed to be some star. They were comparing this dude to Magic Johnson, comparing this dude to LeBron James. Like, Ben Simmons is like a very good starter, but like until he develops an offensive game, he is not an all-star caliber player. I don't care how many all-star teams he makes. He's not an all-NBA player. I don't care how many all-NBA teams he makes. He's not that good. He's just not. He's only that good because he's playing with Embiid and his height. He's not that good. The man gave you like 13, like 6 and like 7 or something on his worst field goal percentage shooting and free throw shooting of his career. Like, he can do some other great things, play defense, pass the ball. We know that. But at the end of the day, bro, he's not that star player at all. He never was. But, hyping things. But I think people are starting to realize that through 4 years. And then you see young players that continue to develop over time. I just like if this was 2 years ago, I was lighter on. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give him time. But you got worse, bro. And if he can shoot free throws, maybe I would be a little bit lighter on him. But when you can't shoot free throws, like, it's one thing being bad offensively, but being bad offensively and you can't make free throws at the end of the game, even Rondo could do that. You know what I mean? That's another level of and it hurt the Sixers every single year. Ben Simmons hurting the Sixers, man. Look, we gonna give Kawhi credit. He made that shot. But Ben Simmons, 0-point games hurting the Sixers. Ben Simmons, can he get a jumper and help the Sixers? Ben Simmons, every year it's Ben Simmons. Can he help us? Can he get a jumper so we can finally win? And it's another year of that, and I think they're going to move on from him. He said he's just a more athletic Draymond. Yep, but Draymond more aggressive than Ben Simmons. Draymond will drop 20 on you. Stop fucking playing with Dray. He will drop 20 in your mug. Like, Draymond will hit some threes on you. He's like a more athletic Draymond. Like, he's not an all-star caliber player. Like, I think right now. Like, he's not a true all-star. Like, he made the all-star team over Trae Young. Delusional as hell. Like, and I remember we talked. Didn't we talk about the snubs? And I was saying Ben Simmons shouldn't belong there. I know I was. like we talked about this. Like, the dude is a very great player when it comes to being a top 4 defender. So we can't take away the fact that he could possibly be a defensive player of the year candidate. But, man, he ain't no real all-star for real. Just like Rudy Gobert, not no real all-star for real. Because we saw that he was unplayable in that series against the Clippers. Like, yeah, you can play D and you can protect the rim and you can shut stuff down. But how else can you help us, man? We need something else. And when you put that player as the second best player on your team, like if Ben Simmons was like the 4th best player, like Draymond was, you put him with go put him with Curry and Klay Thompson, see what happened. You know what I'm saying? But when he's the second guy to Embiid, this is what you're gonna end up with, bro. You're gonna end up with a trash dude giving you 0 points in games, giving you 5 points in games, and they asked Doc Rivers, could he be the point guard for a championship team? And Doc Rivers like, I don't know the answer to that question. It is what it is. I've been telling y'all I made videos about this 3 years ago. You can look it up. I'll tell you Lonzo Ball versus Ben Simmons and told you so was going to get better offensively and be better than Ben. And I told you Ben wasn't going to do shit because that's what he was. I told you, boy. I told you. Type it in on YouTube. It's going to pop up. Stop playing. Free Vote Monday, bro. Stop playing with me, man. But at the end of the day, I ain't no way in hell I'm giving up that dude for Jeremy Grant, bro. Y'all delusional.
Hell no.
Man, we got to start doing the show on Monday for real, man. This has been crazy. Safe to say, Philly got rid of the wrong point guard. But without further ado, we got Twitch star Nomis J in the building, man. Gnome, what's up, buddy?
What's good, Nomis?
Hey, dog. I know I did hear a rumor about Ben Simmons and Jeremy Grant. Did I just hear?
Yeah, bro. They talking about moving him from Jeremy Grant. I would never even think about that, bro. Hell no. It was all on Twitter. You know, our Twitter, beat writers for the Pistons, the James Edwards and guys like that. But they wasn't on board. They were like held all too. They like, I don't want no damn Jeremy Grant.
I want all
crazy out here. Not everybody felt like that though, man.
How does that TLC song go?
Huh?
So what?
How does that TLC song go? I got no rhythms. I can't sing it.
What
I don't
TLC
want
song?
no scrub. Scrub is a brother can get no love from me. Far from his best friends, right?
He said, I don't want no scrub.
Yeah, I didn't know you knew every word of that song. No,
No, everybody
All
knows that. I
okay.
didn't know what song you were talking about.
Yo,
I'm
That's
glad
a
Gnome did.
legendary song. I
Gnome
don't
came
want no
in and he
scrub.
stepped up to the plate and he hit a home run, man.
hey Drew.
I'm just saying, bro. I just don't respect people. Not even basketball.
Yo,
That don't work hard, man.
Let's
It's
go,
like,
Bravo.
I
I
can't
knew
respect
he
it.
was a scrub when Josh Jackson called him a B to his face.
Right. Like, bro, John Jackson was like, you a he like, and he was cooking them. And that's why I was like, he was cooking them too. He like, I'm cooking you, boy. You not that good. Let him go, bro.
Yo, Drew, this
Hey, you know
Ben
what?
Simmons, he shares something with Blake Griffin, Kylie Jenner.
Hey, guess what? His girl left him for Devin Booker. She like, I can't deal with no
Bruh.
scrubs, bro.
Yeah,
She like, I gotta deal with D Book, bro.
She wanted
Hey,
I
I'm
gotta
about to
deal with
play
the
this
dude
now.
pulling up in Impala like a Jeep. I gotta deal
Y'all
with that
might
dude.
want to get y'all camera recorders and record what I'm about to say because y'all ain't never probably go believe I said this shit. I was totally wrong. I would give anything in the world to have Trae Young and Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell on this goddamn team.
I'm just surprised you haven't gone on a Knicks rant yet, man.
A Knicks rant?
Yeah. Hey,
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. When I went on Twitch,
the only person to come on this show and say the New York Knicks were going to make the playoffs. So no, hats off.
I mean, but that was last year though.
Hey, it was a year early, man. It happens. We said the Knicks were going to make the playoffs every year.
You got to give him credit because like we were like, you're delusional.
But here's the thing, man. Reason I knew that I said there would be like an AC at best. I didn't know them motherfuckers going top 5. But look though, when I seen game one of all the teams, I was on Twitch and I was just watching all these games and I was doing streams on Twitch and y'all didn't know about it. I said then, I didn't know neither of these teams were going this far, but I said from that game against the damn Bulls, when the Hawks was just couldn't be stopped, I said, oh, this is a playoff team. And I told the same thing about the Knicks. I said defensively, I like what they doing. I said it's a playoff team. I don't know what seed they're gonna be. It's probably gonna be on the low end. Maybe they first round exits. I don't know. But those two teams are playoff teams. I didn't know I was about to sit here and watch Trae Young defeat Joel Embiid in the Eastern Divisional Conference, and I damn sure didn't know that this would go be top 5. See, I said, what the hell did happen over the last year? I was done, bro. That's why I couldn't come out and brag because it exceeded my expectations. If you exceed my expectations, you shut me up. That's point blank. So I got to shout out Trae Young. Like, dude is a beast. When I criticized Trae Young back in his rookie year, it was not about him. When me and J-Mo had a debate about him and Reggie Jackson, he was both getting heated about it. He misunderstood where I was. I was saying for the situation, because we had some dude with bad knees on the team. That's why, and I know the coach ain't going to use Trae Young the way he should be used. Because I knew that. So I said I had to suffer with Reggie Jackson. I had to roll with him. But if it was down to a stretch, I got a chance to rebuild and pick a point guard. Of course, I'm going with Trae Young. The fuck? I'm not even jumping on the bandwagon that dude. I don't like small point guards like that all the time. I'm just saying, a young point guard that can score the way he can, I can go with that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got no Blake on the team. Go with Trae Young. But if you got Blake, you forced to deal with the veterans. Because that crazy cynic we got as a head coach go do something retarded, which is why I'm glad Troy Weaver put a leash on his ass. Say, I'm not giving you no 4 or 5 year deal. You get this 1-2 year option pickup. And if you ain't doing nothing by then, you can go. That's literally what he said with that contract. So I'm
no, man. Hey, man. But now you see why I was so adamant and like, bro, you like, and like I said earlier, I don't like Trae Young at all. But see, one thing about me and other people I be thinking when they be trying to be analysts or talk about sports is like when they don't like players, they don't understand how to judge that player and see them for what they are. I don't like Trae Young, but I'm like this dude is. I told you, dude, it's a damn problem. I told you, he's basically a superstar now, borderline superstar if he ain't one. Like the dude. He can't play D for a lick, but he's a very good passer and he can score at all levels, man. And he can get to the free. Even though I hate how he plays, and I hope they take some of that whack stuff out so he can't get to the free throw line like he can. But the dude he's a very good player. And then when you have a player like Trae Young, though, he can't be on his own. You got to surround him with all those defenders. They surround him with. I know some of them are hurt. You got to surround him with all of those shooters, and then you surround him with the guy Nate McMillan. I've been talking about Nate McMillan for 2 years, trying to get him to the Pistons. When I tell y'all about this boy Nate McMillan, out coaching Doc Rivers. I told y'all about Nate McMillan. I'm like, bro, we got to get this dude in Detroit.
Bro.
Now it's a wrap. Now he's there, man. He about to get a contract, man.
You got to like the Hawks, though. Like
Doc Rivers
it's more
is only
deep
there
than
to
that,
be
though.
the Black Rick Carlisle, bro. They meant to get you so far, and they get rid of him for a better coach. Like, for real, man.
Bro.
It's more than that, though. Is they surrounded Trae Young with shooters. You got Herter, you got Gallo, you got Bogdanovich, and then you pair him up with a rim protector in Capella, who is extremely good in the pick and roll.
And then you
so what can you do now? You can't double Trae Young, because if you do, he's got someone out on the perimeter that can shoot a three. Or if you double off Capella, that's an easy lob. Trae had so many double doubles this series; it was insane, and he had the swagger go.
He averaged from half court. He averaged 29 and 13.
It's insane.
You know what? The guy I want to talk about for a split second is the one I kind of made my basketball career off of, because the criticism I take for it happens to be the guy that I believe Lynn Sanity wanted to be, and Mr. D Block himself, Devin Booker. Look, the only reason why I ever, and I told y'all this before, the only reason why I ever tried to defend that draft was because I thought what I knew about my Pistons, they were going for a defensive style team. But if you're telling me that I could have looked in the crystal ball and seen the future ahead of time, you goddamn right, I would have took fucking Devin Booker and slapped him right in their mouth, or in his no chin having ass, who thank God he decided to spare Lonzo and move his fat ass away from the damn head coaching job, because he was making my guy look bad over there. And
SBG, oh yeah, we killed SBG bum ass last week, you piece of shit. Fucking worst coach in the damn league, you fucking scrub. Tried to destroy my boy Zoe, and he still balled out. Stop playing with that boy.
He was trying to turn him into the Andre Drummond other point.
Boy was like, I want you to be Reggie Bullock. He played off ball, and he still averaged the most assists on the team. He was in the corner, averaging the most assists. He like Reggie, like, we want you to be Reggie Bullock, bro. We want Zion to handle the ball, even though he can't even dribble like that. Like, exactly, just come on, man.
Lonzo and Killian Hayes got one thing in common, man. They both are textbook point guards, bro.
Yes.
They're not. Come on, it's not that hard. Stan, Dwayne Casey.
Stan Van Dummy, like Man B's, my boy Man B's coined the name Stan Van Dummy, bro. That's really what he is. Stan and my boy Dante, Stan Van Dummy, bro, because
they call him Triple Chin Mafia.
Bro, but I saw somebody earlier say something that I wanted to talk about. They're like, they wouldn't trade Killian for Ben Simmons, and I told people I wouldn't either, because Ben Simmons is nothing. Ben Simmons is nothing but a taller Killian that's actually worse offensively. Like, he can't even shoot like Killian. I told you, Killian can shoot free throws. He's an elite defender. He's a very great passer. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. Why would you bring Ben Simmons on the team when you got a point guard similar? That don't even make sense, bro.
To piggyback off that, I told Drew in a private phone call, I think you remember, I said the one game that was most favorite for me from Killian Hayes was against the Cavaliers. The game that, first off, I told him, I said, I love how Isaiah Stewart was literally just tossing Jared Allen around like a rag doll that whole game. And then I said the other part was Killian Hayes. Every time Darius Garland or Colin Sexton hit a big three, he would just come down and take the points for himself. And every time they show the camera on, if you didn't see the level of intensity on his face, I never had seen that from Killian before. And it seemed like he got upset about something, and he just started going for the shots himself. Wasn't big time 3 pointers.
Well, I mean,
taking his shot.
No, I don't know. I feel like he forgot what he did to Tyrese Halliburton, bro.
Oh no, I ain't forgot about that. I'm just saying from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, I remember that, man. He was trying to compete, man. Killian's a competitor, man.
Like, I just think with him, he just needs to feel comfortable enough to be able to go for himself. And to me, because he's a team pass, he's a playmaker. And I try to tell people who kill him all the time, like, listen, playmaking and getting assists ain't the same thing. setting the play up is like, okay, you set up the other guy who gets the assist sometimes. That's part of playmaking. It's not about the stats. Get out the stats because and the real reason why people
no, I would say playmaking, getting assists, and passing is three different things. I would say, because people will be like, well, you passing, you getting assists, you playmaker as a passer. I think all three of those are three different categories, and like people who pass the ball are in different categories like that.
But no, yeah, I agree. But I'm just saying it's not always about his own personal stat though. Sometimes a playmaker can help other people make plays too, and bring the better out of some people. And that's what I was saying. Like, people can't look at his stats and then kill him. I said, bro, y'all have to look at what he's doing on the court as he's pushing the ball. As a general, he wasn't able to quite be himself before that injury, but he came back and shockingly was being aggressive to his style that he plays. And I said, with him, you have to really look at he makes you look at the basketball the way you should look at it. If you're judging him because he's not putting up the numbers LaMelo Ball is putting up, then you bowl for that one. You gotta go kill him for that. Like, LaMelo Ball's.
But the thing is, though, anybody who knew anything about basketball knew LaMelo will be a better scorer starting off.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
You already knew that, and but like I'll tell you, anybody who knows basketball, if you watched Killian last year, he showed more than enough flashes that he was going to be a great player. And one thing that I think was the most underrated thing about him was, like, I'm serious, his handles are really good.
Yeah.
Like, extremely good. Like, I don't think some Pistons fans do, but like, no, like he can really handle the basketball. He can dribble and pro through traffic. He can juke people and hit them with a step back. So it's just like I saw certain things from him, you know, that his best game of the season, just that after the injury, that I was just like, he's shown so many flashes, and he definitely showed that he can elevate players and make them better. And that's really what we drafted him for. We didn't draft him to be, you know, Damian Lillard. We drafted him to be passing the ball. We actually drafted him to be a Jason Kidd, CP3, if we're the luckiest people in the world. Maybe he can get that good. That's what we drafted him for. Otherwise, we would have drafted another type of point guard. So, but what I was saying about earlier, though, is like, that's why I wish they would make hockey assists as a stat, because some of these players really be making players better, and they don't necessarily get credit for it, man.
So can we talk about the draft, the lottery?
Yeah, man.
No problem.
It's Free Smoke Monday, Bravo.
Yeah, so
we got to talk about whatever we want to talk about tonight.
So let's talk about the player outside of the top four that we haven't really talked about. We could talk briefly, like not a lot about them, because we will go about them in the next couple of months. We'll talk definitely next month, actually. Now, July is the draft, so we can talk more in details about these players. So which out of those top 10 or top 15 top lottery picks outside of the top four you guys like at this point?
Well, look, man, I'm going to go look, y'all go put respect on Bravo's name, man. Like, for as long as this show go on, he needs to have the respect of his scouting ability and how much he's right. So I'm going with Davion Mitchell. I actually do I don't want to draft Kuminga, but I like him as a player, but I don't want to draft him. But I'm going with Davion Mitchell, man. That's the guy. Like, I feel like we got to get a guard. Like, we can't.
I didn't hear you.
If we're not getting Mobley, we have to get a guard. Like, we just have to. So if we fall out the top four, you still get Davion Mitchell. Like, I don't care. You still get you a guard. He's very used to sharing the backcourt. He's a veteran. He gonna hit the ground running. He can score the ball. You go get him. That's what I'm doing, man.
Yeah. So Detroit Drew.
One of the guys. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know you were going.
Yeah. Go ahead, Drew.
One of the guys I got my eyes on in the mid to late first is probably Moses Moody. I don't know what his ceiling could be, but he could potentially be one of the steals of the draft. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's a good player. It's just with the Pistons, you know, like we already got Saddiq Bey, we got Josh Jackson, we're going to bring back Frank Jackson, we're going to bring back Diallo. How many two guards are we going to want? I don't know, but say we fall out of the top four spots and then really everything kind of becomes unpredictable. I know a lot of people are saying Kuminga's like definitely number 5. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But Pistons need to take the best player available. And we got 3 second-round draft picks. Do we keep all of them? Probably not. We're probably going to move up into first. We might package 2. We might package all 3 of them to move up in the mid. first round. And I really think Moody's a guy that people need to keep their eye on.
Yeah, Moody is a really good player. So let me tell you more about him. He's like a shooting guard who reminds me, if he really becomes potential, he can become like, it's really hard to say which one he probably would be like, but I don't think he's like CJ McCollum. No way. But he's like more of a like Korkmaz kind of player, a deadly shooter. He can make shot of everywhere. He can still be a nice role player, but I think he's probably a lot more potential than Korkmaz than as a Moses Modi. Davion Mitchell, this guy is explosive. You've seen him in the college. I know it's college, but this guy is explosive. That's why I love Davion Mitchell, because he can make plays and he can defend very well.
The guy that Drew likes, would you compare him to Peja?
Who?
The one that Drew just said that he likes.
Moody?
Yeah.
Would I do well with him?
Would you compare him to Peja Stojakovic, like a new version of him?
I don't like comparing people like that, though. It's kind of weird to do so.
Yeah.
But he can space the floor. He can score. And that's kind of what the Pistons need. We need more scoring. We don't score enough. We got a lot of guys who are good individual scorers, and this guy can get some buckets.
Let me tell you, there's 4 players we can pick.
I don't know. I would take him over Davion Mitchell, though.
Yeah, Davion Mitchell I think is a little bit older player, but he's got a lot of good high ceiling in my opinion.
Mitchell's a winner, though.
Yeah, Mitchell is Davion. What did he say, James?
Joe Johnson. I like that, Marvin.
Did you check a guy who is a book?
I don't know why y'all keep saying Suggs. We talking about the top 4. I don't think.
No, we're talking about top 4.
Suggs not falling out the top 4, bro.
Did you guys?
If he does fall out the top 4, I'm moving up to get him.
You gotta jump all over that. If he falls out top 4,
if he falls out the top 4, I'm moving up to get him.
That'll be Sadiq bet all over again, bro.
But he's not gonna fall out the top 4. If he did, people are stupid.
Like, James Bouknight reminds me of kind of like a mini version of a poor man version of Lou Williams. He can make shots crazy. This guy is an amazing shooter. Ooh. So it's not typically like I'm just comparing. I'm throwing the best comparison, but he's probably like more of a, I don't know which one. It's hard to say, but he reminds me of, if he makes shot. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's Lou Williams. Obviously, he's not the same. But I'm saying at best he can become Lou Williams. There's no one like Lou Williams. But this guy's shot is legit, and he can make shots from everywhere in this really in the game. So that's why I like his game. Moses Moody is a little bit different player. He's a little bit taller, but Bouknight is really like, he reminds me one of those players that kind of like William kind of player. If you watch his game, other ones I do also like Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes is a really good power forward. He can play like point guard and power forward. He can pass the ball, and they're comparing him to, I don't know. I don't think he's athletic as like a OG Anunoby level of athleticism, but he's not. He's a lot better passer than Anunoby and obviously Sekou. But he's not a good passer like Giannis or not a good passer like Simmons. He's not a good passer like that, but he's still like a nice player. He got potential. People are talking about him as a potential steal in the draft, I think. So I think he's also a comparable player. Outside of those, like, I don't see really much like these white dudes. I'm not a fan of the white dudes. I'll be honest with you guys. Sorry, I'm not racist, but I don't like the white dudes. Whenever they come and play basketball, it just means like, man, it's like a Rotten Tomatoes, man. I don't watch that. I don't watch that shit.
This guy, are you calling me a Rotten Tomato?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the NBA players. Like if you see this guy Kispert or Giddy, they're gonna be good players, but they're just role players. They're not gonna be as good as like top lottery pick. It will be disappointing if you. I don't know. I can't say that, but it's how I look at it.
Bravo. Real quick. When you talk about the guy you say is a power forward, don't you ever say the word he's a power forward, but he can play like the point guard again after what we just dealt with. I don't want to hear about no point forwards ever again, man. I don't want to hear.
No, actually, I've heard people talking about Scottie Barnes comparing him to a mini Giannis, which is crazy, but I don't think he's that good, really.
Nah, people need to chill out with comparing people to Giannis.
Yeah, it's really hard to compare players, you know. But
Giannis is unique. It always sucks because it always happens to one player. They always compare him to the LeBrons, the Kobes, the MJs, the Magics, the Birds, the Shaqs, the Kareems, the Hakeems. Like, those are some of the all-time great players of all time. Stop comparing them to them. They have to be their own player. And everyone compared Trae Young to Steph Curry. He's not Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He's his own player. Everyone in a couple years will be like, I want to play like Trae Young. I want to play like Giannis. I want to play like D Book. You got to become your own guy. Comparing people, like, you can say, like, he's an off-brand of this guy. That's an insult. You don't want to be an off-brand. You want to be the brand. You don't want to be RC Cola. You want to be Coke or Pepsi. You know what I'm saying?
But let's say if you're the Pistons, which one you'd rather get on your team as a potential rise-in rookie? Would you like a guy like Marcus Smart? Davion Mitchell is a better player, that better offensive than Marcus Smart? Or you like a guy like Lou Williams, a mini version, a poor man version of like a Book Knight? Or you want a guy like OG Anunoby?
That's different, though. Those are role players. Those are six-man. They're not the all-time great players. Those are more acceptable. But when you start comparing people to the best names in the game of all time, you can't do that. They're never going to live up to that, ever.
Yeah.
But when you start comparing them to Lou Wills, if you compare them to a Robert Covington, that's something I can live with because you can get to that level. Not everyone's a Hall of Famer. Some people aren't going to live up to that expectation. So when you start comparing them to all-time greats, you got to pump the brakes a little bit.
So, quick question, y'all. Is it me or y'all say we got 3 second-round picks in this draft?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we need to move up to the first round. Quick question. All right. Outside of Mobley, and I know y'all probably gonna be like, no, really? Is there another center power forward hybrid that's really, really good that's after him or something like that?
On Mobley's level, not even close.
There's no one a good power forward as good as Mobley, like in his category. There's no one. I mean, there's this guy from Turkey, Şengün, but he's
no, I'm good. Never mind.
Yeah, it's shit. He's not Şengün.
You said Şengün, and he's like, oh no, I heard enough. He said nope. He said no. I didn't heard enough, man.
If you guys watch the second round picks, I don't know if it's the right move to trade all of them and move up. I just say trade all of them and get a future first round pick if you can.
Well, what if you trade all three of them and move back up into the top 10? So you got 2 top 10 picks.
It's not going to happen.
I'm just saying, what if? What if?
I would definitely love it, but I don't think it's happening. No team would want to give you like a top lottery pick, top 10 pick in this solid draft. I don't think it's going to happen.
You would have to throw in Jeremy Grant too, though.
Well, if you're telling me I can get Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green or something, then Jeremy Grant, bye.
Well, that probably won't happen.
That's the only.
You tell me we can move 2 to 3 of those second round picks plus MP along with the deal to move up to like the 25th pick in the draft or something like that to take a player away from a winning team in the draft, and then you can get like another score there if you take Mobley early. Oh yeah, you cooking then, because I
don't think the Pistons are going to trade up these first second round picks. They might actually draft all of them. Troy Weaver is loving every piece of the draft.
Bro, he just said he's trying to win. That's not something that
right. So all the other stuff is over now. He trying to
we done with that old second round pick theory test again. Like once
he's definitely gonna trade up to get some better players.
I hope so because it doesn't make any sense drafting the. You know what? The only better advantage of a drafting second round over a first round is the contract. You don't have to pay him a lot of money, and it's a non-guaranteed contract. If we draft a late first round pick, we're gonna be stuck with them for like 2 or 3 years, which is sometimes not a good thing. So that's why,
it depends on the position you're having him do. Who are
exactly
that's already on the roster though, and 2, if you didn't make a certain trade, no, you ain't go there. But
hold up real quick. We got a question that says, can Cade play with Killian? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Killian can play both positions. We've talked about that before. Yeah,
man, he's a good defender too. He fit definitely nice with Killian.
I just think Cade would probably play the 2 because Killian hasn't shown to shoot off ball yet. But once Killian develops that, they'll be interchangeable. But for year number 1, if that experiment does happen, K would probably play the 2, which he
Yeah,
can
and you
very
gotta
well do.
realize K, like it'd be different if K was coming in when Killian was a rookie, but Killian is gonna be a much better basketball player playing next to K than he was the previous year. So we might see some crazy things happening. You know, like he might come back shooting at 35%. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to
I hope we get lucky tomorrow.
It'll be real nice to see Cade Cunningham get 9 minutes a game for no reason.
Devin, we plan on being live tomorrow around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And before we continue answering questions, make sure you do drop them down below. We're having a good time. It's Free Smoke Monday, the last day before the draft lottery. I want to show you guys this video so this you can expect what's going to happen tomorrow on Woodward. So stay tuned real quick, and I'm going to play this video for you guys real quick. We'll get back to the good Free Smoke Monday.
Yeah, so tomorrow night we're going to start at about 7:30. We'll have the guys in the studio. Like you said, Detroit Drew is going to be in here. Pistons Talk is going to be in here. Detroit Kool-Aid, just a bunch of our social contributors and a couple people from the network. And it's going to be a fun little hour-long show. And you're just going to be waiting in anticipation until those envelopes are open. Are you going to wear anything for good luck, Joey, like some of the players do?
Might have to bust out my Pistons jersey now.
There you go.
Might have to.
Yeah, so tomorrow night.
So there you have it. 7:30 is the official time for tomorrow's draft lottery show on Woodward Sports Network. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. Their link is in the description. It's going to be fun. And I promise you this. If the Detroit Pistons, they don't have to get the first pick. They don't have to get the second pick. If we can stay in the top 3, there will be a Detroit Drew beer shower. I will bust Drew Wagner's out right there in the studio. And that looks like ESPN. If you guys have not watched Woodward Sports yet, they have one of the nicest setups on YouTube. I probably won't do it in the studio because I don't want to be a dick, but I'll probably go outside on Woodward Avenue, crack a couple cans open, and we're going to have a fun time. Now, if we fall out of the top 3, out of the top 4, then Wednesday night, I got a little treat for you guys. You seen a little preview on my community post today. Adam Silver, buddy.
All I'm saying is I am very proud of Pistons Talk and Detroit Drew. I'm so jealous of y'all. Y'all get to that. It's awesome job and opportunity to go out there and work with these guys, man. I'm very proud of how far y'all came from. So
thank you, Noam. I appreciate that. I see you grinding over on Twitch. I don't always comment, but I watch all your stuff, man. You're hilarious. I'm so proud of how hard you worked.
Right, man.
And how you didn't give up or anything like that. You grinded, man. Twitch is hard. I tried Twitch. I wasn't successful at it. So my hat's off to you, Noam. But for Woodward, you guys need to subscribe. This week alone, they had Calvin Johnson in the studio, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, Red Wings player, on the show all the time. Former Detroit Lions, Joik Bell. He has his own show on there. And they get media credentials. Every time the Detroit Lions have a conference with either Brad Holmes or with the head coach or Jared Goff or Swift or whoever, Woodward Sports is there. So if you want some inside scoops, you check them out all the time. It's an awesome show, awesome opportunity. They want to give Detroit a platform. We're trying to get rid of 97.1, that garbage-ass show, trying to get rid of Mike Valeni. Bum. We want to talk about bums. We can talk about Mike Valeni if we want to. Certified bum. You know how I said Ben Simmons had 3 M's in the bum? He's got 5 in his
so it's funny. I'm on Takeathon. I just put in like 6 Takeathons. 4 of them had us taking Jalen Suggs at 3. The other one had us taking the other one had us taking Jalen Green, and then we had one where we got the 6th pick and took Keon Johnson. So I got depressed. But they all had us taking Jalen Suggs or Jalen Green, though.
I'm fine with either of the Jalen.
And getting like the 3rd or 4th pick. They got Jalen Green going 4th right now.
I'm not trying to jinx anybody.
Bravo. How do I see the percentages of the picks?
If you go to the right-hand corner, there's more, and then click on pick odds.
We're gonna put this up while we talk for a little bit, so that way you guys just know the final odds for the.
I'm not trying to jinx anybody. Nothing, but I'm just gonna tell y'all what it is. Y'all know me, I try to keep it real. But I know we expecting at the very least that we should be able to get the 3rd pick. But be prepared for fourth or fifth.
Come on, no. Come on. We were having a good show. We got 69 people in the chat. No, this is what you're bringing up.
I'm just saying. we
better
thought
get
we
69 likes, is all I'm saying.
last year, bro. They freaking screwed us.
No, man, but we were like the worst team. We got to get a top 3 pick, 4 pick.
Red Wings.
Before I click that, Ben, I want to answer Marvin's question. He said, question for the cast. We know what Drew's doing if we land a top 3 pick tomorrow, but I want to know how you guys will celebrate if we get the top number 1 pick. We're going to go down the panel. Bravo, if we land number 1, are you doing anything crazy?
I don't want to pull my hair off. I'm already losing my hair. That would be crazy. Probably like go crazy. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to be happy all day. Go see the patients happy, and the patient is going to tell me, Doc, why are you laughing at? This is what's going to happen.
Gnome, are you going to have a Gnome Dello shower if the Pistons land number 1?
It's probably not even a good idea for me to do that because I'm probably going to be too busy having nightmares about the O2 job.
No, man. Go the buzzkill.
Now, if we get number 1, is literally green or K. It ain't nothing else.
Number 1, and they get some dude out of Jerusalem, I'm going. You mess this up, Troy. I will turn into a weaver and kick your ass. You better not.
Right.
That's not the question, though. Questions: if we land number 1, what are you doing?
Hey, you know what? I might go on Twitch and I might take my shirt off and go on Twitch. I don't know. I'm joking.
Oh my goodness, man!
And, hey, that known Dello thing is literally a thing on Twitch. By the way, I got emotes made over there. I'll send you guys how it looks so you can see it for yourselves. But I actually created emotes for it. It's like literally part of my brand. I'm going to get some known Dellos, definitely.
Okay,
yeah, you gotta have those catchphrases, man. They work.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of how hard you grinded, man. J-Mo.
Exactly without you.
Free Smoke Saturday himself, although it's Free Smoke Monday. How much free smoke you taking in if we land a number 1 pick?
So, I got this moon rock. we get the number 1 pick. I want to smoke a whole lot of them, and any smokers know you should not be doing that. That's what I'll do, but I'll probably be at work when we get the pick. So I'll be happy. I might lose my job because I'll snap at work and do something. Be like, oh my God, let's go. Pistons. I'll be like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Look at my boss like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Something crazy like that, maybe. I don't know.
They better not get that center,
but let me see. Like, if we really get a top pick and we don't end up sad tomorrow, we truly blessed, man, because we really need some help, and we really need a top pick more than any of these other teams, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Bravo. I think Ben hit it on the button. Last year we went live for the lottery. We all came on the show wearing Pistons jerseys. We all met. Bravo, you need to wear your V-neck tomorrow for good luck.
I'm wearing my V-neck every day, dude.
Right. He said, Bravo, wear your V-neck for good luck. Hey, we need the V-neck, Bravo.
All right, let's see how lucky I will be for the Detroit Pistons tomorrow. This is going to be the first spin on the show. JMO spins don't count. Sorry, they weren't on camera.
Man, my spins count, man. I was spinning them.
All right, here we go. God damn it.
I knew it.
See, like I said, my spins count, bro. I don't know what that Keon Johnson crack. That only popped up once for me, bro.
That was just a practice.
Like we going 1 of 5. We going 1 of 5. So that's bad.
No, go in 10. Go in 10. That's how it goes.
Oh my gosh. 2 of 5. Keon Johnson.
There we go. Okay.
Evan Mobley, that's much better.
Yeah.
That's much better than Keon Johnson, bro.
I don't even want another Johnson at the Stanley right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
If you look, I think the key of the draft is really the OKC pick. If they fall out of the Rockets pick, if they fall outside the top 4, or is it top 3, it goes to OKC.
They got Davion Mitchell going to the Pelicans.
Ooh.
Okay.
I know they would get Keon Johnson to Cleveland, bro.
Right. Real? Franz Wagner going at number 8. That's interesting. All right. Keep simming it, Drew.
Oh, Moses Moody to man. Would they really take Moody or after they just took Vassell though? I don't
Man,
know.
they'll take whoever the hell they want and make them good.
There we go, baby.
Ooh, Kate Cunningham. All right, yeah. So
Damn, man, that would be great.
All right, so yeah, we got. So we got 2 good picks out of 4, or was it at 3?
Yeah, we're 50-50 right now.
All right, let's go.
Man, they got Jalen Green falling to 4 though. If I'm Chicago and I get top 3 and Green's available, you would be an idiot.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna take Green over Suggs. I mean, they're not gonna take Suggs over Green. Chicago's not. If they get in a 2 guard, they probably take Green.
Zach LaVine and Green.
On top of what they already got.
All right, so that one we say the top
Suggs.
4, but we get Suggs. I'm happy with that.
I like Suggs. I'm like the rest of it. I like him a lot, so I have no problem.
I don't hate Suggs. Why does everyone think I hate Suggs? I don't hate Suggs.
Man, I like Suggs. He's
just
nice,
not as
man.
good as the top 3 players right there.
Man, Suggs sucks, man.
Man, Suggs. Man, look at them stats, man. 18.6 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 2.4 steals, 205 pounds, man.
Those are generated for when they get drafted there.
Hey,
man. I think they'll get as a rookie.
Hey, man. He can actually do that, though.
He could. There we go. Man.
Suggs, man. Stop playing with that boy.
But J-Mo, though, if you're there at 3 and Green's available, are you passing on Green?
No, I'm not passing on Green. But
yeah,
I seriously
look at that. The Pelicans got Evan Mobley in this one.
Wow, now that would be a big deal. The Pelicans get Evan Mobley. Now we talk about some problems over there if they can keep Lonzo. Now we talking about some problems because Evan Mobley is a real stretch forward. You get rid of Steven Adams' long space eating self, and you replace him with Evan Mobley. That's not gonna happen though.
Man, we need Cunningham, man. I'm serious. Cunningham and Green. We need one of those 2 players.
So let's say the Pistons get screwed in the lottery and we fall to the 5th pick, which means Drew go do his thing. But what if it's all lined up where all those guys y'all want are gone, and then one of the best players right there is Mobley? Are you mad that you get him right there? Or are you mad you didn't get a higher pick to get Green?
Why do you think he's going to be available down there?
I don't know, man, because you know what? If you look at the Houston Rockets, you know they're going for a scorer. Mm-hmm. And I can see them getting Jalen Green for some reason, or them Cade Cunningham. I don't know why, but I see them getting Jalen Green. And then you got to look at the other teams. They're going to go for these scores and these guards and these wins, bro. I almost feel like depending on – because y'all know it's rigged. That's why I said don't be surprised. They're mad if they do end up with the 4th or 5th pick. They go try to set it up where the Pistons can get Mobley. I feel like it's too connected, man. I don't know why, but I feel like Mobley is legit. Once we get that one player that we try to ignore and try to open and say, okay, like we'll take him. Like same with Killian. We didn't try to ignore him, but we was like all hoping for LaMelo Ball. And then we tried to throw like Anthony Edwards in there here and there, and it was like, but we just had a.
I was about to say, I want Killian a lot.
Yeah, I want to Killian. I know
it's documented how much I want to Killian.
Yeah. I ain't saying that because we all said Killian because we knew we had a feeling that LaMelo was gonna be gone. So when he was like after LaMelo, we gotta get Killian, and that's somebody we want anyway. But it's just starting to feel like Mobley is realistic. I don't know why. I just think Troy Weaver may have his eye on the bid because it's not like that organization didn't take. I do feel like we get 2 first-round picks in this draft. That's all I'm saying. We getting a scorer that we're not looking at in the late, either in the early part of the draft, and we getting a big later, or it's the other way around. But we go come away with 2 players we like. I'm just saying. I have a strange feeling.
I don't feel like they're going to rig to hurt the Pistons this year. I'm not saying they're going to help us out, but look at the playoffs right now. Yeah. Who thought all those teams would be here? No one thought Atlanta would be here. No one thought Phoenix would be here. Yeah. I mean, people had a case for Milwaukee, but everyone thought when they played the Nets, Brooklyn would be there. Yeah. It's like, now look at what happened in Denver. Jokic is the MVP. Again, I'm not a Jokic guy, but I'm not going to slander him here tonight. Yeah. You're starting to see these smaller market teams, not the LAs or the New Yorks, get further in the playoffs. And I feel like real NBA fans are more excited. Look at all the 4 teams right now. I don't think a team left has won an NBA championship. I know I don't think Atlanta has one, and the Clippers don't have one. But the last time Milwaukee or Phoenix won one, it was in the 70s or 60s.
Yeah.
This has been a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And I think that more fans are happy about this. We're not seeing LeBron. We're not seeing Curry. We're not seeing KD there anymore. I feel like the NBA needs a refresh button.
Yeah.
Get the ratings back up. The Pistons need to be good. You look at the Bird and Magic era. Yeah, they started it. But then the Bad Boys came in there, and they were that gap to the MJ Bulls. Then you get back to the Kobe and Shaq era. They dominated. But then you had teams like San Antonio come along, and the Pistons ruined that and reset the NBA. The Pistons need to reset the NBA right now.
Yeah, it's time, especially when you can think about it. When you look at the playoff picture, like I said, it's not. It doesn't have KD no longer isn't there. He's out. LeBron's not in it anymore. So it's literally guys who were drafted over the last 5 years now.
Yeah. I mean, Kawhi and Paul George have been
besides Giannis.
Oh yeah, besides Giannis and
but Giannis is still super young.
I mean George Paul.
Bro, yeah, if Giannis wins a championship at 26, that's gonna be impressive because Jordan, LeBron, KD, Steph, they all won at 27. So he'll be ahead of the curve just in that. It's gonna be some young, unless it's CP3. It's gonna be some young phenom. Like I said.
If Giannis makes it to the finals, this is the reason why I think they'll win, because this season, and Giannis, I'm cool with Giannis, that's my guy, but it feels like this is the most underwhelming season for him personally for a change, and they're this far now. They're at the point of the Eastern Conference again. This time, it's not as heavily as dictated as it felt a couple of years ago when he was there going against Kawhi, and it feels like this. I wonder now. This could be his year. I wonder really strongly. We go see, but I wonder right now could this be his year? Because I'm sorry, with Milwaukee, I know they had their moments where they seemed a little bit unorthodox as a team, and everybody really thought they were going to lose to the Nets. But when you look at that team, how they're matched up, I'm not saying they're a perfect matchup for the Hawks, but it's like with Giannis there, he's somebody that's hard to guard sometimes. And then when you look at Trae Young,
foul trouble. John Collins and Clint Capella foul watch what happened when Danilo Gallinari gets switched on to Giannis. Oh my god! It's like, and they have a good team, but like Trae Young is gonna have to work hard. It's just like Milwaukee is just a different animal than Philly.
Yeah, man, they got so much size on there too, and it's like they don't have the tools like how the Raptors had to kind of use that defensive way unless they find a way to do it. Remember how they were kind of slowing him down, the Raptors, because they had guys like
Yeah, but I don't even think the Raptors could slow him down like they did back then. Giannis is a little bit different.
But they had Kawhi then though. That was different. Right. But you know what I'm saying? They don't have those guys on that team, the Hawks. But I gotta give them the credit. When I say they put together a team this year, I gotta give credit where credit is due to the Hawks though, man.
I'm not writing off the Hawks because they're dangerous. Like, they can steal a game or two from the Bucks. I don't know if it's going to go to 7. I don't know if it's going to go to. I don't know yet. But Atlanta's a good matchup for Milwaukee to really get ready for the finals, to take them serious. Because if you slip up against the Hawks and you overlook them, they're going to make you pay, man. So they need to take this serious. And I think that's been Giannis's and the Bucks' problems the last couple of years is, when LeBron was in the East, they were trying to beat LeBron. And then, the last couple of years, they've been out of it. They kind of looked over everybody. And we're like, we're going to get to the finals. We're going to play LeBron in the finals. I'm going to beat LeBron. I'm going to take that crown. They didn't take anybody serious. And this year, they were more focused about development, being better defensively, getting Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton more looks. They had great years. Yeah. Brook Lopez has really stepped up. But Giannis's numbers are still the same as MVP years. They're like very, very similar. But they're more focused on winning. That's why Giannis wasn't in the MVP race or anything like that.
No, he still was. He still was go look it up. Giannis was still like 4th in the MVP race. Like, seriously.
Yeah, but
it's like
he's like going to the Joker, and
you knew who it was going to, but Giannis just was so great by default. Like you said, he was still having the season he was. He wasn't top, but he still was like top 5 in MVP. Every time they talked about MVP,
but he got Westbrook treatment when Westbrook kept averaging triple-double, and they're like, all right, you've won enough.
Yeah. But I was gonna say that the one thing is, man, look, man, that team, you got to take your lumps and Sometimes you have to lose in the playoffs consistently to get that experience. Now Milwaukee just has too much experience. Like they're the one team that Atlanta is not going to be able to run all that stuff that they're running on. Like Philly had 20-point leads that they blew. Trust me. Like all that firepower that Atlanta has, Brooklyn just seen that. I mean, not Brooklyn, but the Bucks just seen that with Brooklyn. Like they done seen KD. You know what I'm saying? So Huter ain't doing none of that. Bogdanovich's not about to, do none of that, and he's hurt. I just think it's gonna be harder for Atlanta, and I really don't think that. I said Giannis would average 35 against Brooklyn. He averaged 32. He gonna average like 37 against Atlanta. Like they're not gonna be able to do anything with him. But I don't think it's gonna be easy. Atlanta will probably win a couple games. I might give them that's a real team. That's not the team that they're gonna be able to steamroll.
And they got a better.
That's
coach.
A real team, and they really have Nate McMillan. So that's a real team. But
Bud's an idiot, dude.
In the end, Milwaukee is just gonna beat them because they're just as long as they're healthy, they're just too much. It's just too much.
If you want a history lesson about the Bucks. Go back to the Bad Boys. They're not similar in any way. They don't play similar. They don't have similar players. But when the Bad Boys started getting going, when Isaiah Thomas started coming along, they got Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, the Microwave, so on and so forth. I just named the whole team. They wanted to win championship year in, year out. But they struggled, especially against the Boston Celtics. I don't think Milwaukee has that rival in the East. But the one year they thought they were about to go, Zeke turned it over, and Boston won, and then they won the series. We lost to Boston a lot of times. They were a very competitive series, but they took those mistakes and they learned from them. And eventually, once Boston got a little bit older, they weren't as good. The Bad Boys were able to overcome it and go back-to-back. Not only just to beat the Showtime Lakers, but people forget how good the Portland Trailblazers were at the time. You have to take your lumps, like JMO said, to learn. It doesn't happen overnight. Winning a championship is the hardest thing to do, not in the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, soccer, ping pong, water polo, beer pong. To win a championship, it takes practice. You got to lose. You have to learn from those mistakes. And Milwaukee has taken their lumps. Seriously, that's been one of the knocks Milwaukee not getting over that hump. And finally, it looks like they're on their way of getting over that hump.
Okay.
Yeah, I know people will bring up the injuries, but I don't give a damn. They had prime superstar, high level Kevin. They had Kevin Durant. That's what I'm saying. When you have a guy that good, and he had a team around him still, even without the star power. It's just not it's just Giannis. It's KD versus Giannis, and everybody thinks KD is better than Giannis. So you got a guy that's better than Giannis, and then you matching up the rest of the teams. And it's just not easy, man. What they did. That's why they barely won by the skin of their damn teeth. That's why they barely won.
Here's the thing, though. Two things I want to add about that. It's funny you mentioned KD. First things first. Wasn't Kyrie kind of a difference maker? Because I'm quite sure him not.
Yeah, but they beat them game 3 with Kyrie playing. Though.
Yeah, but you never know how the games sometimes go. But the other thing I was gonna say is. And this is a weird statement. Y'all can grill me for it. But the way Giannis has felt so far in this series and the playoff, really this whole season, kind of reminds me of KD with the Golden State Warriors. You know how KD can put up all those numbers even during the regular season, even though they had those games where they all switch off and they all had their games. But KD really heats it up in the playoff time and in the playoffs, and it feels like he's the MVP during the year. But then he turns around, they go to the finals, and then they usually will win. That's almost a similar feel that I'm getting from Giannis right now. The way his numbers were this year, it was more focused on how the rest of the team was finally starting to help him out some, and it is not being laid on him having to do everything. Middleton has been a monster to me ever since even the bubble last year when he won them the playoff game when Giannis got hurt. He's been a whole different, to me, player for him. I think Drew Holiday might have been a difference. So that's why I say this is going to be such a different weird playoff year. I'm actually rooting for Giannis to get there.
Yeah, and I said, that's why. But every time, the last 2 years when we were talking about Milwaukee, I would just tell them, look, man, Giannis' team not good enough. Middleton and them boys need to step up. That's exactly what I would say. And I still think his team isn't that good. But like to me, Middleton is the only true other All-Star on that team. I love Drew Holiday, and he is a first-team All-Defensive player, but he's just not an All-Star. So that team still isn't really that good, but they made it a little bit better. And your number 2 guy actually played like a number 2 guy. Middleton went crazy in 2 games of the series, Game 3 and Game 6. Went absolutely ballistic, helped them win and beat Milwaukee. He definitely will have a say. It's a question for J-Mo. Do you want to keep Cook on the team, or are you afraid it will snub Sekou minutes again under Casey? Well, Sekou at the end of the year started to get more minutes than Cook anyway. It started to outplay him in those minutes. But I don't think we need Cook on this team.
No.
Really. We don't really need him taking up a roster spot. He was just a guy to fill a roster spot. That's just literally what he was. So no, we don't need Cook on this.
We'll put him on the G League maybe and play like the players, the second round picks with the G Leagues with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's about depending on what you're asking him to do, though, because you could argue that Okafor won't be back this year either. So.
Yeah. We definitely don't want Okafor.
Yeah, I don't want him either.
Yeah, so I'm just saying,
boy is a scrub.
He's like a legit power forward. So if you tell him to come
but you thinking about guys like all of the forwards we gonna have on the team, you might want to give one of those guys a spot over a guy like Cook. You know what I'm saying? Who's already older and stuff. It's just like the way we gonna build our team. I don't know what they're gonna do with Josh Jackson and Diallo. I know Diallo is definitely gonna stay on this team. I don't know, but if they want to keep Josh Jackson, that's another forward. Yeah, he's not a power forward, big man. But it's just like roster spots. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Keeping Frank Jackson and things like that. I don't know if he will be in the future like that. Like Sekou will probably be one of the last pieces that they need, and I do still think they're gonna get another center.
I think Hamadou's more of a 2-guard though.
Hamadou is just a
beast.
I was say he's just a big dude, so he can just he's a 2-guard, yes, 100%. But he can play 3. He can sometimes guard forwards just because he's big and athletic. But he is a 2-guard, but he's still he's like a 2-guard forward, even hybrid type.
He's a great defensive player. I like him too. His defense is legit, man. He fights hard in the screens. The thing is, all this is happening. All this KD, all this Atlanta Hawks, all this Pistons, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow is the day. If this bitch ass Adam Silver does not give us the top 2 pick, top 1st pick, top 2nd pick, you need to all go loud on him and butcher his name. For real. Last year, he ripped up Pistons fans' heart right away by giving us he downgraded our team down. It was not appropriate at all. Last year, we were the 5th worst team, and we were supposed to go up. Everybody expected us to go higher. You guys remember that very well. I literally thought we're going to land 2nd or the top 4 pick. We ended up going to 7. This year, if he really drops us again, I'll be super furious on him. That's the better question, Benjamin Foe. You want to ask, what are we going to do if we drop to 5 or 6? We supposed to kill this guy for real. Man, it's just complete nonsense if we really keep dropping in the lottery. This is complete no really justice in here. I mean, why would you do this to our team? Is it because we really of the malice at the palace? You hate the Piston fans so much? Is that a reason? But look at all these Philly fans yesterday, what they did against in the stadium. They threw the bottles in the stadium at the end of the game. The NBA fans all over the world, all over the United States are just not good. So some fans are bad. You can't just blame the whole Piston organization over the past history of the malice of the palace. No, you need to stick with this team.
Let's do this real quick.
They just hate Detroit, man. They don't like us. We're small. We stitch our own roots. We run. The city is kind of run down. I guess they're trying to come back. Nobody likes Detroit, and they purposely try to market against us. They hate that we beat the Lakers so many times. They hate that we've beaten so many teams that we shouldn't have beat, and we've been in the finals of Eastern Conference more than we should have. So it's one of their reasons why they want to keep us down. So it's what it is. And the Pistons didn't always help themselves again. 0-3. Like I said, they get the number 1 pick, and I might have nightmares depending on how that draft goes. So, I mean, they kind of did it till they sell too. You take the obvious player that's going to be good. You don't do dumb stuff. That's no excuse to say screw them, but nobody's going to want to give you the number 1 pick
No, Domus, listen. You got NBA fans right now, at this moment, they want the first round pick to go to New Orleans Pelicans. They want the first round pick to go to Toronto Raptors. They want the first round pick to go to teams like Charlotte, with the top three first team to go to Charlotte. Why? These teams are going to have the priority over our team. They're not supposed to win the first round pick. I understand the lottery, but there's no justice in here if you put these teams ahead of us. There's no justice at all.
Well, before we get too carried away, since tomorrow is the draft lottery, let us take down a special trip down memory lane real quick, okay? This was on 313 JAMO's channel, and it has an unlucky 666 views, which was on August 10th, okay?
Wow.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let me make sure I get this as the full screen, though, real quick.
Oh, shit.
I know what? I'm gonna keep up. Let me get rid of the comments. I want to see everyone's reaction too. Okay. I think I have this time perfect, but I don't know. Okay. I might need to rewind or fast forward real quick.
Belongs to the
Let's
Sacramento.
go.
You guys hear it okay?
Yeah. Okay. So did they just say the Sacramento Kings got 14?
12.
Okay. We can.
Wait, who
fast
got
forward a
14?
little bit.
Boston.
Means that we have in the top the Chicago Bulls.
Bro, he about to go to the Pelicans, bro.
Hold on. We're simply right
Number
here.
6 goes to
Oh, we passed it.
the Atlanta Hawks and will be made by the Phoenix Sun.
I'm getting scared, y'all. I'm shook.
To the Washington Wizards.
Oh my gosh, yes, y'all. Let's go.
Picking 8th is the New
Yes.
York.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Pistons.
Charlotte and Chicago have jumped into the top four, while New York is at number 8.
Let's go. Come on.
The 7th pick in the draft belongs to
Damn it!
No!
pick number 6 goes to the Atlanta Hawks.
I am done.
Look
bro.
at Bravo just collecting his
And the
thoughts.
5th pick will be made by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I didn't even know that. I was late. That's why I didn't know.
Like, fuck this shit.
All right, so that means that we
fuck
have
this shit.
in the top the Chicago Bulls.
Bro, he about to go to the Pelicans, bro.
Yo, watch,
the
watch,
Pelicans
watch
got
my
the 13th pick. Oh, fair enough. Like, hey, bro. I'm hurt, bro.
Fuck this
I'm
shit,
hurt.
man.
So what did I say? He was laughing
That's
then,
bullshit.
and now he's crying now.
You're gonna get Charlotte the number fucking
Yo,
one pick.
bro. So wait, who has the rest of the picks, Drew?
Fuck that.
Golden State, Cleveland, Charlotte.
Man.
It
And
was
Troy
bad.
Weaver made that bitch Sean meme when he looked at his phone like, did we just give us 7?
The thing that made it so funny is I remember all last year we were like, all we have to do is beat out New York because we were like tied to get those best records. And then when number 8 came and they said the Knicks, we were like, oh no way, it's about to happen. Next pick, Pistons.
And then they go to the playoffs.
That's why this year we haven't talked trash about any other lottery team.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing things different this year.
Yeah.
We're like, well, if we don't get a top 4 pick, we trust Troy Weaver.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything tonight to jinx it, and I almost did, but I'm glad I bit my tongue there. But hey, Adam, help us out, bro.
Man.
I don't think Adam Silver knows what, not just Detroit, and since I'm repping Flint, not just Flint, but all of Michigan brings to the table. You don't want to catch us in the street if this happens again, man. Because before you know it, again, I don't know how you guys do it in Detroit, but if this happened in Flint, they'd find them in the Flint River. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
Oh
So,
no,
well,
you already know what happens in Detroit. We don't have to talk about things like that.
Mm-hmm.
well, we've been on for 2 hours. We're gonna wrap it up to final thoughts. What we're gonna do What is your going to be? What's your guys is going to? What's your good luck charm for the lottery tomorrow? Do that. Give me your final thoughts. Nomis, thanks for joining the show, man. Again, congrats on all the Twitch success. Where can people follow you on Twitch?
You can follow me on NomeJS Twitch.tv. NOME capital J capital S.
You got to send me the link to that so I can put it in my description.
I sure will.
But what's going to be your pregame ritual for tomorrow, and what do you got for the peeps on final thoughts?
Well, you know, I gotta go with the brand. I gotta bring the known devils on board. So, I mean, that's just my thing now. Because if they screw us on that lottery, I'm gonna need a whole lot of it. I'm gonna need a whole lot of it. So, I'm gonna get some beer. I'm gonna sit and do a meditation stance for a second. I'm gonna breathe, and I'm gonna pull up a picture of Adam Silver, and I'm gonna just give him that look. Don't you it's up for us. But other than that, man, I was actually streaming on YouTube actually just like 20 minutes or more before I got on here with y'all. So I found out the guys in the chat wanted to talk basketball. So I said, you know what? One of them told me that y'all was live. I said, wait, what? And I said, well, this is a good time to come join the crew. I've been on here in a while. I've been missing being on the show with my guys. It's been so fun. I'm doing what I can now over there. As you stated, you know, I'm trying to get myself up there, man. But it's been real fun topics. Good to talk some basketball like I used to. I ain't felt this in a while. Believe me, I will be on here more if I could have been. My work schedule has been crazy. So that's why y'all haven't seen me. Y'all seen me try to make an attempt the other week, but my phone is like, no, you're not allowed to go on StreamYard and join other people's podcasts because we can't support that. So I said, okay. And that's kind of why I've been missing, man. But other than that,
wait. People told you not to come on here?
No. The phone is basically telling me I can't come on here. So
I was about to say F them people. I thought we already put an end to those people, but whatever.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna do my best to come back on here in the future, man, and talk. If y'all can give a hello to Joy Bell for me, that's my guy, man. I swear to God, that's my
I haven't met him yet. I met D-Mac. I haven't met Joy yet.
Yeah. But God bless everybody in this chat and on this panel, from my main man, J-Mo, to my main brother from another part of Michigan and Detroit, Drew, and my main dog, the best scouter that y'all ever gonna find just randomly, who does two jobs as scouting issues as a doctor and as a basketball scout in Bravo, who's been nailing these drafts the last 3 years now, which feels like. So shout out to y'all and the rest of the members of the group in the DSA and Will Sports, and y'all have a good night, man.
You know, if we're gonna stick with the Kevin Gates references with Two Phone Troy, Bravo don't get tired, man. He stays working, and no matter what time we do the show, he's always like, if it's at work, he'll be in scrubs. He's got the face mask on. He don't care. He wants to talk Pistons. He wants to talk basketball. He wants
dedication
to talk
out here.
Like, it's insane. So we appreciate Bravo, man. Bravo, man. What's going to be your pregame ritual, and what do you got for final thoughts?
So I'll just go with peeps are saying. I'll wear my white tank like this one always, white shirt, white V-neck. But I'm probably not gonna really go on live tomorrow because you guys are gonna be on Woodward's. J-Mo, you're not gonna go live, right?
No, I'm gonna be at work.
Yeah, so I think I'm free tomorrow, but I don't think I'm gonna be like, because look. I'll be honest. Last year, I was devastated. I was crushed, and then when it happened, when we dropped in the lottery, I don't want to really have that feeling again. It was hard for me. I had to end up with depression for the full week. I was literally like not functioning well the next day at work because of this happened. So I don't want to watch it. It might be a better way. Just look at the result on the internet. Don't even like watch it at all, because I don't know. I might lie. I might just watch it. I don't know.
You know you're gonna watch it. Stop kidding yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just hard, I might watch your show, guys. So that's all I want to do. And let's hope that we get like a good pick. And Adam Silver, please don't really crush us again like last week, like we did last year, man. You killed us last year. We are like the team that deserve it 100% this year. Give us the first pick or the second pick, period. Don't make us I just ask you one favor. Don't drop us down, please. Make us stay as we are or go higher, please.
I'll fall to 3. I'll be happy with that. But Heart of the City, Free Smoke, Monday, 313. JMO, man, what do you got for the peeps for your pregame ritual? I know you'll be working, so you'll probably be getting them dollar bills. But what do you got for final thoughts?
Man, like I said, man, my pregame ritual, I don't need one. I got faith that Adam Silver won't have any parts of this, and we're gonna get a good pick. Otherwise, rest in peace, Adam Silver. Look, let me tell you something. We had a great show today. We talked about the Pistons and Giannis and the most overrated player in the NBA, Ben Simmons. Don't forget that. He's the most overrated player in the league. And shout out to my boy Nomis for coming through, and shout out to all the people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video. I did want to say though, no matter what, I do trust Troy Weaver, and I think as much as it pains me to say, Pistons were just trash enough to get a top pick. I'm not really worried about us getting a top pick as much as I was. After some things and just looking at some stuff, we should be getting a top 4 no matter what. 4 would be the worst case scenario. But I think we gonna get a top pick, and it's just up to Troy Weaver to do something with it. Don't take one of these players we don't know nothing about. take one of the good players with the top 3. But the Pistons fans, man, we hunger for something. We don't want to look like that video last year. Be looking and feeling stupid, because it's very possible we could get a pick like that. But I just got faith this year, bro. We gonna get a top pick, man. I really hope we do, because if we don't, man, Troy Weaver is gonna end up drafting some gem and still making everybody look stupid, you know. But shout out to the people in the chat, man. We do this every week. It's Free Smoke Monday, man. So lucky it wasn't no Ben Simmons fans in here, because I guess he lost his whole fan base. But shout out, you know what I'm saying, man. But it's all good. I just think that Sadiq Bey earned his first team all rookie. Stewart should have been first team all rookie. And Killian Hayes and Sekou and all of these players, their development is going to increase next year. And we going to see what happens next week after we get this nice pick, man, so we can talk about it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate everyone rocking with us today, man. We had a huge turnout, man. You guys have, like, the best fans ever, man. And I got to meet one of my fans in Flint. I have never met a fan in Flint yet. That was the first one over at Sagano's. It was also his birthday. Check out that video if you didn't. It was really cool, and I felt awesome about it. But we had a lot of fun laughs here. We went down memory lane. We went through some dark times. And speaking of dark times, if I could be serious for a moment, I've said this speech one, I'll say it twice, I'll say it a million times until tomorrow. No team that is fighting for the number 1 pick has suffered the way the Pistons had suffered. You go all the way back to 2003. We take Darko. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it's true. We've passed on the Mitchells. We've passed on the D-Books. We've passed on Giannis, Paul George, Kawhi. You name it, we've passed them. I could sit here and literally go on for another hour of all the people we've passed on. But it's not just that. We've signed people like Charlie V, Ben Gordon, never panned out. We drafted guys like Stanley. We drafted guys like Siegler and Henry Ellenson that were just complete bums and bust. But then this year alone, well, let's go back to last year. We got rid of our franchise player, Andre Drummond. We got rid of Reggie, who's now on the Clippers. We got rid of both the Morris brothers. We got rid of Tobias Harris. And Blake Griffin quit on us, who is now also eliminated from the playoffs. No one has suffered the way the Pistons have suffered. If any year is going to be our year, damn it, it's this year. And I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not trying to be like a Lions fan where we're overly optimistic. We have suffered, and it has sucked. Yeah. We need this pick to go our way. I don't care if it's number 1. I just want to stay in the top 4, so that way we're guaranteed either Cade, Mobley, Green, or Suggs. It doesn't even have to be in that order. But damn it, put some respect on the Pistons' name and give us a good pick. It's the least you can do for us. And with that being said, make sure you tune into Woodward Sports tomorrow. We'll be live 7:30. We got a great cast. We got a lot of NBA scouts coming on, a lot of just like Pistons media players coming on. It's going to be a great time. And like I said, if the Pistons get a top 3 pick, there's going to be a beer shower. It's going to be insane. It's going to be fun. So stay tuned for all that. What's that? You say something, no?
Oh, no. That was I thought I could.
No, I was just, man. It's funny though that that Lonzo Ball Ben Simmons video is up if I want to see it. And in the description, I literally said this will be a huge NBA convo in 3 years. So I already knew this was gonna happen, man.
We call it like we see it with our glasses on. You know, real G's moving silence like lasagna. But hey, we'll catch you guys this weekend after we find out what the Pistons do. We'll be live on 313 Jamel's channel, so stay tuned. We're either going to be really happy or we're going to come in with our steel-toe boots and kick some ass. So that being said, I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. You stay safe out there, and that's the bottom line because Double D said so. Have a good night, guys.